Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big League Breakdowns. It's another watch party today, and it's not the All-Star game, so obviously not very important at all. But it is the Orioles and the Phillies, so 3 out of the 4 members of BLB
The
have
three
fandom
people that
involved
are
in this
here.
game.
Yeah.
We are supposed to have a 4th person come in later, but we shall see about that. My name is Ron Marson, third alongside Will Johnson and John Travers. So, hey, guys, why don't we talk about the game just a tad here? They're about to get started here in the next
That's
3 or
true.
so minutes. What's
I
the
am going to
expectation?
dub this the BLB Classic series.
Okay.
That's what I'm dubbing it. We're going to
Makes sense.
see. We're going to see how well my team does.
Yeah.
Orioles coming off the trade deadline, trade a lot of the supporting cast around our main core, and coming off a very competitive series with the Chicago Cubbies. So we will see how things go on the Phillies side of things. Where they are coming off of a series win, I believe, a series sweep, right, gentlemen?
2-1.
Okay.
2-1.
2-1. A series win over the first place Detroit Tigers. So, guys, do you have more to comment on that?
Well, you took it
I
right
like
out
our
of
new
my
closer.
hands.
I would hope so. I would hope you love the light show that comes with him.
And you know, also being a wrestling fan, hearing the gong for a pitcher in Philadelphia also just gives me just something really to just feel in my heart and just love dearly. But John, you're also getting your boy Cade back here tonight, coming off of I think the 15-day, if I'm not mistaken. What are you looking out
He's
for
been
him?
he's been on the IL for quite a bit, for about a couple of weeks now. If I'm looking for Cade Povich, I'm looking for Cade Povich to honestly reduce the damage. Try to avoid Schwarber. Try to avoid Harper. Try to not walk as many people, and let your defense do the work behind you. Get more ground balls. I am hoping for the best because this is one of the best teams in the National League. And honestly, guys, this season has been a total train wreck, and I am looking forward to next season. So we are turning the page here, getting through this season. We're getting through it, and we're going to keep on fighting until the very end.
Couldn't agree more. So hoping to see at least a competitive game. Hopefully, obviously the Phillies the heavy favorite here on this one, but
Oh, really? You
for the
think?
most part, yeah. But for the most part, who knows what might happen? It's always the Phillies. They like to make things interesting. I mean, they did lose a series to the White Sox, so it's anything can happen here. So keep that in mind today. And for some reason, the Orioles logo is not populating on my scoreboard, which is making me very unhappy at the moment. But we'll see how that goes. Let me see if I can just.
So what's behind the Orioles?
There we go.
Text,
It was the American League logo from when I was from when we were
good
doing
enough.
that. Yeah, so we'll work on that. So I made some changes to the scoreboard a little bit just in terms of how it's populating things, but regardless of the fact, Jackson Holiday going to lead off today against Jesus Luzardo, which Luzy's been a little worse for wear as of late. Had a bit of a bad stretch, but hopefully he can rebound today. He has a perfect
Bad
opportunity to
stretch.
do it here.
It's been about 3 months of vomit. With every
Yep.
once in a while, he cleans it up.
Yep, so we'll see if he kind of finds his form. I mean, we had an absolute thriller with Christopher Sanchez yesterday. That dude is just probably the most underrated pitcher in baseball right now. So
Honestly,
hopefully
he's at the moment he's more the Phillies ace, arguably, than Wheeler.
Oh, I agree. I agree with this assessment by a lot. So
Well, I am full on hoping that he spews vomit all over this game, and then the Orioles beat y'all 9-0. That'd be great. The betting line here is Philly's favorite -1.5, and the over under is set at 9.5, gentlemen. So place your bets. Place your bets
yeah,
on FanDuel.
absolutely.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. No. No,
We
unlike
wish.
unless every compared to every other like team and league and network, we don't have any gambling sponsorships at the moment.
Yeah, we don't have that yet. Get us there. So like and subscribe, folks. So we can get there. We can bring you more BLB content.
'Cause that's
I
what
almost
the
said
world
MLB.
I do think we are the best.
I mean, you're not wrong about that statement. But
I mean, no,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's not wrong, but it's also not factually correct.
that's still factually correct. We do.
Okay, all right.
MLB.
All right, you know what?
I agree with
MLB and BLB content. There we go.
Come see the
There you
MLB
go.
on BLB.
There it is. There's the new T-shirt.
Yeah. That's what I should be using. But yes, MLB on BLB here today. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Big league breakdowns on both of those.
MLB on the BLB, eating a
Yep,
BLT.
so we are looking at the lineup right here. Top three: Jackson Holiday, Jordan Westburg, Gunnar Henderson. I mean, man, it's them three and then everybody else. And even then, it's like
no. You're forgetting the milkman, Colton Cowser.
That's true.
You're forgetting
this lineup is
Westberg,
very heavily
Henderson,
what
Rushman,
it's
Holiday,
a lot of
and everybody else.
Yeah,
a lot of it's what it could be next year. Just anyway on opening day.
This is true. But first pitch about to begin here at Citizens Bank Park in South Philly.
See, if they
If we
want,
were on
if
scene for
Elias
this.
wants to make a statement that this year truly was a fluke, then his number one target in the offseason should be Kyle Tucker.
Should be, but won't be. 258-306-406 with 14 home runs for Jackson Holiday. We are
Definitely a
paying
lot better than
attention
last year.
to the NBC Sports Philly broadcast. I think John is paying attention to NASN at the same time. But for the most part, this is what we'll be using.
God, I hate the Phillies scorebook.
Nice little grounder.
Yeah. Oh, your
4-3.
score bug sucks. Ours on Masson is better, but I miss the
It's
old
not
one.
hard.
Well, this is the Boop series, apparently. Or the Oop series. I didn't
The
see it.
boop. Nothing will ever beat
Boop.
boop.
The legendary poop series.
The
No,
legendary
it's
Boop
the
series.
Balofio.
Yep, Balofio. It's the Balofio series, as well as the BLB Classic.
Balofio. I don't know. Sounds like a opera line.
So does that mean because the Orioles are in last this year, if we do an Orioles Pirates watch party, we can call it the Tank Bowl of the BLB Tank Bowl?
No,
see.
because MLB doesn't have Tank anymore.
And also the
because
Rockies
of
exist.
the the lottery, unfortunately. If there was no lottery, I would say yes.
Call it the anti-Tank Bowl, but it's still two last place teams. It makes no sense.
We are better
Just
than the
MLB.
Pirates. We are better than the Pirates.
Yeah, but you're both in last.
Okay, and
Turned it to Kemp and 2 outs.
Careful, Harper.
Kruk already talking about Baltimore doing the O thing during the national anthem. Already
What's
taking
wrong with it?
shots.
what's wrong with it?
Hey, John Kruk's got problems with everybody. He is an equal hater.
I don't care. He's wrong.
I didn't actually hear what he said because you were talking over him, so I'm sad.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I just knew he was bringing it up, but I didn't actually know where he was going with it.
Funny as we're doing this game, my sister apparently is at Citizens Bank Park. That's pretty funny.
So in the field,
Tell her
for
to
us.
put on the broadcast.
Would
Tell her
happily
Ooh,
trade
This is going to be
places.
an interesting strike zone. Wait.
I missed that pitch. Wait, where?
Oh, it
that
was
hit?
like 3 inches
That
below
was-
the zone.
yeah, that was at his ankle. Glad
Wait, I
we
need to
have
see
the
who the
challenge
umpire is.
system. Oh, wait, we don't.
Umpire is.
I'm pulling it up on my phone. Don't be faster than me.
Actually, don't know. Oh, it's Jim Wolf.
Mother. Oh, you see who's at first, Bobby, who we just
Yes,
missed?
I do. That was what I was about to say next.
For those that don't know, the first base umpire in this series, actually, he's tomorrow's umpire. Damn it. Is Chris Siegel, who was the umpire in Game 1 of the Yankees and Marlins series.
What?
Where the Yankees,
What?
where the Yankees
Didn't even
lost
get it off his
13
shoulder,
to
but
12,
whatever.
and he blew 24 calls in the end, had a 75% accurate strike percentage, missed 20 strikes, and you can definitely tell where his blind spot was when you look at
Whoops. I don't know
the
what
box
that says
score.
there.
It was definitely one of the worst, if not the worst of the season.
Yep.
But in the end, he slightly favored the Yankees, so he arguably didn't really change it that much.
Top of the frame goes 1, 2, 3 with some questionable calls there at the with the gunner at bat.
Horrible.
But
They couldn't show us the other angle. So, all right, I do have.
My-
So ESPN has screwed up what I think umpires think now when it comes to games.
This is
Because
true.
earlier this season, during one of the Phillies national broadcasts, they showed a PDF or whatever of what apparently the umpires are given to determine what is a swing. And based on the whatever they shared, it's when the bat goes past the plate by more than 45 degrees, which is a lot when you think about it. Like, it wasn't just like here it barely goes past the strike zone, so it's a strike. It was like a full on like 45. And I'm like thinking, like, I've heard some crazy stuff, it feels like, over the years, trying to figure out what is a strike and what isn't, or I should say, what is a swing and what isn't. That and how like crazy you have to break the wrist to count. I'm just like, that's insane.
Here's what bothers me about that call. There is no way that the home plate umpire can determine that. No way.
If the home plate umpire, I wasn't paying enough attention because I was talking at the time.
The home plate
if
umpire is
if the home
it.
plate umpire did call it, then yes, I agree with that 100%. I do think that one rule they should put in place is just flat out the home plate umpire is not allowed to determine.
Thank you
swings.
for stealing that one, Adley.
Yeah, it's going to be a wide strike zone because Jim Wolf sucks. But I mean,
will we
I don't
see
think
somebody get ejected? My money's on Schwarber.
There you go. Oh, good play.
Oh, Gunner.
He hesitated.
There we go.
I think he got him by half a step.
Yeah,
but that hesitation almost cost him. But now, anyway, point is, I don't think the home plate umpire should be allowed to call check swings. I don't care how obvious it is.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the home plate umpire probably has like the worst view of it.
Right. Well, worst field. Second base.
Well,
second worst first. Second worst then home plate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only thing
second base might have the better.
All I'm gonna say is, in my years of playing Babe Ruth baseball and high school baseball, anytime an home plate umpire had to refer to the second base umpire for if he swung or not, I never trusted him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't even see how you could refer to the second base umpire, because like whatever he could see is worse than what you can see.
Right, that's what I would think. But the way it works when it comes to like varsity and stuff, when you only have two umpires, is if there's a man on first, the umpire then the infield umpire then moves from being behind first base to towards second base, and is responsible then for everything like in the field. So check swings then get referred to the guy at second base.
Yeah.
Schwarber coming back into the box here.
Yeah, lefty versus a lefty. This is actually Schwarber's strength. That's why he struck out looking. Really let me down there, Schwarbs.
Here's the thing that Cade Povich needs to do. He needs to not elevate the ball. And where he threw two of those pitches was either right down the middle or elevated. And against Schwarber, that's going to be a souvenir. So
no, I think that's a good idea. I think you should stick to that game plan.
No.
What
By the way, I am synced up on the Orioles broadcast. It's great seeing these two angles. Oh. Again.
It's presented by Audi, but it's wrong.
It's a push change is what he called it, which is dumb.
You just don't like the new pitch names. You don't like the Splinker.
It's stupid.
You don't like the Splinker. You don't like the Sweeper.
Stupid. Stupid.
Here's the problem.
A sweeper's just a slur.
I was gonna say the problem mainly is just that like the differences between what is what are just way too minimal. Like,
right, and they're basically they're like, hey,
oh Jesus,
that is a clobber.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Bryce Harper. Elevated pitch hit to left center. 417.
Boy, it's like clockwork, ain't it? It's like clockwork.
106.9 off the bat.
He elevates it. Good game plan. Thank you.
What a shot there by Bryce.
What did I say? Do not elevate the ball. What did he do?
He
did exactly what he was supposed to.
He listened to our game plan, right? Good guys up 1-0. But no, I feel like the pitches nowadays have gone from like what their names were whenever they were first kind of created to basically like this is what the pitches do nowadays. So we're just changing them all, but they're getting into weird subcategories. Like aside from, I mean, what? I mean, sinkers, curveballs, sliders. Like you can tell they're all more from how the pitch moves, whereas splitter, four seamer, two seamer, stuff like that. Even 12-6.
Stop elevating it.
Anyway, I don't know. Just get with all these weird subcategories even more. It's like we have enough pitches.
I don't think we do.
So one of the insanity things I've always felt with Rob Thompson this season is not understanding why JT bats higher versus left-handers, because he's been really bad this season versus left-handers. Now, granted, he's gotten better, but this season he's batting like 182 versus left-handers, and he's batting 304 versus right-handers. Like putting JT towards the top of the order versus a left-hander is the same insanity of a opposing team putting in a left-handed pitcher to face Schwarber. It's like, I know typically what the splits say, but in this case, consider the opposite. Just consider.
In this case, have you ever considered the idea of just not doing everything that you're doing?
In this case, how about we just don't elevate your pitches?
I don't think you've said it enough, John.
Well, I'm a little upset because I called it.
You did. That was a good scouting report. But he listened to us, so I'm happy.
Players 16. So after this series, John, what's next on your schedule for the Orioles?
The Birds of Baltimore actually come home. They have the day off on Thursday. I had to think about how long we're on the road here in Philly, how long this series is. And we face, hold on, let me look it up. We face the nameless, cityless, homeless Athletics. So we'll see. We'll see on that one. And then we play Seattle at home. This is a tough stretch for the Birds. We've played the Athletics at home, have a day off Monday, then play Seattle at home. Then we go to Houston, then to Boston for 2 games, then back home against Houston, then back home against Boston, and then we go to San Francisco, San Diego, and then the Dodgers. We do not play an easier opponent until September the 9th against Pittsburgh. And then we get into the last bits of our division. Are you basically
just going to read the entire schedule?
I'm just looking at this now, and I don't like this month.
I was going to say, he's kind of got a bad way to go.
Difficult stretch here.
And this for damn sure.
That's a hit.
There you go, Adley. There
nice
you go,
hit
Adley.
there for Adley.
Good job, Adley.
Nice little double there for Adley.
Good job, Rush. And the thing is, with this core, what I'm really looking for the rest of this season is honestly is to be competitive, be in games, win a few here. I don't expect them to make a comeback in the division. That's out of the question. The wild card is out of the question. You know, I want to see this core step up really and take some games here. That's what I want to see at the end of the season. That's what I'm rooting for. But yeah. What about those Phils, Bobby? What are you guys up to next?
Oh, Bobby. All right, cool. I'm just going to sit here. You guys got this.
Ah, well, you got this because I'm doing something at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bob, John's taking this whole thing. He won't shut up, and he pretends
I
love
it. I love it. Oh.
Oh,
my goodness gracious. Oh, Neil hit a nuke off of Luzardo.
The big fellow with the 2-run dinger.
Wow, hold your
Luzardo doing
horses.
bad out of the stretch is like asking, is like this. Will the sun come up the next day? Yes.
The baby birds are up 2-1.
Wow, man,
Baby
what
birds,
a
and
shot.
literally the
That
old
was
man's the one that got the hit.
absolute no doubter there coming off of Tyler O'Neill. My
Just hit him
goodness.
in the knees. It'll put him out for the season.
Well, that's the thing is like I love having him in the lineup, but he's literally general soreness. He gets hurt all the time when he gets called off the war. Okay?
Oh, there's
The
the. Oh, you
hydration
got a pirate
station
hat
for
now?
yeah, Captain O'Neill. That's our that is our part of our celebration now.
You
Is the
know, if you're
pirate
baby
hat.
birds, you should just get a giant baby bottle.
Oh my god. What is your guys' celebration? You don't have one this year, do you?
We haven't had one for a bit.
You had that straw
No.
hat for a while, which was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
well, that was like 2001. I don't think we've had a celebration.
You guys
since
had a Hawaiian hat or something like that a couple years
It
ago.
was around the same time. It was the like yeah, but I mean that was the straw home run hat. It was a like summer
2001?
thing. Sorry, 2021.
Oh, okay. That's why I looked at you confused. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, John, he
Okay,
just got called up.
set now.
How about you give the guy a minute? He just got here. Give
Well,
the man a minute.
You know how it be. Down third base line, out of Kemp.
Well, yeah.
Can't expect much there, and here comes John. Would you like to do the honors?
I don't know who's up next. I can't see. Oh,
Mr.
the milkman. Can we get a moo?
I like to think he's called the milkman because you know he does with all the
He
other
has
players'
so many.
wives.
He has so many. No, he's called the milkman because he has so many kids with other women. That's what it is.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not the one that gave him the nickname.
I'm not either. Hey, listen.
I wasn't there.
He always
To comment
delivers.
or speculate.
So Colton Cowser is actually the guy who took Austin Hayes, his position when Hayes was hurt last season, and that's why we sent him to y'all for the loveliness of the services of two Gregory Soto and Sir Anthony Dominguez,
Yeah,
who we
I'm
sent
fine if you have
to
to.
the Mets and Blue Jays, respectively.
A call for the love of the game.
Nice.
Swing and a miss. Good strikeout there for Luzardo, trying to find his form after giving up that 2-run bomb.
I guess
it's
you
just
could say he
pitching out of the
spilled his
stretch.
milk.
Yep. It's been his issue. It's certainly been his issue.
So I'm curious because coming up we have the Colton Cowser hat day, where it's cow hats, and there are photos going around of Colton Cowser. Oh,
Ooh.
Kobe Mayo. There's
right
photos going
stretch.
around of Colton Cowser having a cow with him and walking around the ballpark. So yeah, I'm
You know,
interested
I
to see
think
what that
Cowser
promotion
should
is.
just walk around the ballpark with a giant udder on his stomach.
God. He hits a home run, he just milks it.
And on the back of his shirt, it says "Milk me."
Oh my god.
Milk me, daddy.
What is,
No,
is-
I kept that part out.
what is it taped on there like a kick me sign?
No,
More
but
or
it's
less,
like
yes.
I'm thinking of like one of those summer beach balls or whatever, and then it's just the like latex exterior.
Ugh. Kobe Mayo is somebody that I'm looking to have step up. We were supposed to have Ryan Mountcastle join us for the series. We'll see how that
Back to
turns
the
out.
mound.
But yeah, definitely looking for our young first baseman to step up here. But Orioles up 2-1 here. Let's not give it back.
Yeah, productive inning there for the Orioles, and we actually got. I don't know what I expected this game, but I actually didn't expect scoring so early in the first inning. But looks like that is what we are going to get.
Something
I
tells me this is going to be a bit of a slugfest.
I don't know about that.
Could be.
I I I think there's very much a chance, at least through the starters.
Here's the problem: is that the Orioles offense is streaky. So you know, we came off. We're coming off of last week a series against the Blue Jays where we at one time scored 18 runs, and then we're coming off of a series against the Cubs where the first game we lost 1-0. So, you know,
I think for me, it's the fact that I don't trust Luzardo right now at all out of the stretch. I think what happened last week was great, but it was a combination of it was the White Sox, and he allowed 3 base runners, I think, the entire game. Like he gave up 2 hits and a walk or something. So if you don't have a lot of base runners, you don't have to pitch out of the stretch much.
ooh,
And his
that's
first
good.
chance of pitching out of the stretch in this game, he gives up a home run. So he's in the kind of figure it out phase right now, as they mentioned in the Phillies pregame. They're tweaking the way he stands in the stretch to closer resemble his delivery out of the windup. And while that's great and you hope it works, it's always feels risky when you have to do little experimentations like that basically mid-season and everything is just thrown into the fire and see what happens.
So let's talk about where the Phillies fall in the division here, boys. What are your hopes for the remainder of the season?
Hopes. I
If we
want
have
them to
hope.
make the playoffs. I don't want them to have a bye.
Ooh,
That's the short
interesting.
answer. I'd
Interesting.
prefer first
Elaborate.
place just because well, I still have doubts about how the bullpen can handle longer periods off.
Hmm.
Um, the Phillies have also been streaky again this season. In fact, there's a lot of ways that the team is playing similar to last year. They had, I believe, a 35-20 record through the first 2 months of the season, and then they've been 500 since then. Even since the All Star
Yeah.
break, they're like 6-6, 7-6, or something. So there have been times where second half so far the offense has looked good and the pitching hasn't been quite as sharp, at least starting rotation wise. But
Ooh.
we
Just to the edge of the track.
Good.
suck. So uh so I don't love how that's progressing, and also that the Phillies in general, ranking wise, compared to the rest of the National League, are on. They're considered, I'd say, middle pack, the middle of the pack. Though they're kind of making their way to the top third in the National League and some stuff. Um, so they're not quite up to par to what I'd hope. So I'd rather them finish the season on a stretch that they can carry throughout the postseason than having them stop and have to start fresh 5 days later.
So you definitely believe in the rust versus rest.
I believe that it shouldn't matter, but I also believe that it has been a learning curve for everyone. And the Phillies last year got their first taste of the time off. And given the little evidence I've had during the regular season of how the Phillies have responded after extended time off, I'm not convinced they're over it completely. And also, the bullpen isn't as good looking still, I think, as a whole, this year as it was last year. Obviously, the addition of Duran changes a lot, but that doesn't change the fact that like we won't have Alvarado in the postseason. Kirker and Strom were all part of what was going on last year. Um, it's also possible they could learn, and it may be more in the end. It's about the matchup than about the time off. They were facing a really hot Mets team last year that had a lot of momentum going their way, and also being that it was this NL East bash, there's a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder. Whereas if the Phillies are to play like the Padres or the Cubs or something, that's slightly different. I did find myself earlier or I should say over the weekend, kind of looking at the standings and doing those
Oh,
hypothetical, like,
really?
well, at this point in the season, if the season ended, how would the postseason picture look and who I think would be in the World Series? And my initial kind of summary looking at that was I thought it would be a Cubs Tigers World Series.
Cubs and
Gotcha.
Tigers is out there. It is just not the most expected thing in the world. I think in the baseball world at all. You're obviously expecting
Mm-hmm.
a much bigger matchup, which is a
Yeah,
good thing if that ends up being the case.
right. I mean, because the way, so I need a second to pull up the standings just to see if they're different than what I saw. But the way the standings were when I looked over the weekend, the for the National League, the top two spots were the Brewers and the Dodgers. The Mets, no, the Phillies at the time were in first, and the wild card. All right, it hasn't changed for the National League. So the way the rankings would work in the net and the playoffs, if it started today, would be Brewers with the 1 seed, Dodgers with the 2 seed, Phillies with the 3 seed, Cubs with the 4 seed, Mets with the 5 seed, and Padres with the 6 seed. And in the American League, I don't know what the tiebreaker is, so I'm just going to say for now, Blue Jays are the 1 seed, Tigers are the 2 seed, Astros are the 3 seed, Red Sox are the 4 seed, Yankees are the 5 seed, and Mariners are the 6 seed.
I think
Hmm.
that the Blue Jays are going to drop to a wild card team.
I mean, right now they're 3 games up over the Red Sox. They are 4.5 up over the Yankees. For them to drop, it needs to be a combination of the Red Sox stay hot, I think, with the Blue Jays dropping. I think the Yankees are in trouble. Um,
I agree with you.
but the Yankees right now are a half game up over the Mariners, and the Mariners are 2 games up over the Rangers. I will say, though, in the American League, there's not really a lot of teams left in it. So for the Yankees to not make it, they basically have to be the one team that falls out of it. That being said, you have the Royals that are 3.5 games out of the wild card. The Guardians are three. The way the Guardians didn't change too much, but I don't know. I just feel like the Guardians to me are going to stay 500 the rest of the way. And then after that, the Rays are 5 games out of the wild card spot, so they kind of fell off a cliff after they were running hot for a while.
Yeah. I definitely I would love to see the Yankees fall out of it, obviously, but I don't think they will. For the reason of everything you just said.
I think
Um,
they could to the Rangers though. The Rangers off they've gotten better. I mean, they're 3 games over. It's not like they're tearing the cover off the ball, but the Yankees aren't necessarily the best thing in the world right now. And Judge is hurt. And so the Rangers have really good pitching. Their offense is getting a little better. Their offense is still not great in the scheme of the rest of the American League, but they might figure out just enough if the Yankees keep slipping, and then they'll make the third wild card spot.
does do we have a timetable on Judge? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think Seattle is going to end up being the top wild card, with
Interesting.
Toronto being the second,
Hmm.
Boston winning the division, which I don't know if I'm more upset about that or not.
Hmm.
Um, Honestly, I think you could be correct here with Texas, but I don't know. And then where did the Royals come from here?
Got him.
They've never really come anywhere. I mean, right now they're 500. They're 56 and 56. They're not like 6 or 7 games under or something like they had been, but it's not like they're doing good. They're just that's how weak the American League is.
I mean,
Yeah, the
National League,
way
I think, is pretty set here. Positioning will
I
be different,
agree.
but I think these are
Yeah,
going to be the teams in the National League
I
that
agree
are
with
in it.
that.
I think the next closest team is the Reds, and with being 4 games out, I don't see them putting it together to get in, especially over the Mets or even the Padres
Boston
after all the
pitch.
moves they made.
I
So
was gonna say, given the teams that are competing in the National League, they all did a lot at the trade deadline, aside from the Cubs and Brewers. But since they're in the same division, they're just gonna dish it out type of thing between
yeah,
themselves. And the Reds are in the same division, so it's like
I know you guys picked them to win the division, and I'm not talking about.
The
When I say
Reds.
that, I'm not even talking about. Yeah, I'm not even talking about that bet, but I am talking about just in general. I do think that adding Scary Terry Francona as their manager, with some offseason acquisitions, I think they could definitely make an improvement and get into the playoffs next year.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
was the main point of conversation when we were talking about the Reds in our 30 teams 30 days was the fact that no matter what acquisitions they did end up doing before or even during the season, we were all pretty
Oh,
high on
get
Terry
outta here.
Francona.
How did
Another
he get
bomb.
that?
Jordan
That pitch
Westberg.
was like
Westy.
off the plate inside.
Wow.
He really got the bat head to that one.
That
He
is
took the 9-iron out for that one.
Woof.
Right into
All
the
Wow.
right,
garden
I'm
in the front
transitioning
row,
this to
too.
Bobby for a second. We're gonna ransack this episode. Um,
Like,
do
please
you
don't.
think? So I think it's safe to say right now, if the postseason were to start today, Luzardo's the Phillies starter that gets moved to the bullpen. Correct, Bobby?
Yeah, I would have to
Do
agree.
you think it's in the best interest for the Phillies that when Nola comes off the IL, which I believe is going to be around the middle of this month, should they just go ahead and move Luzardo to the bullpen to just kind of work his way into being comfortable for the next month and a half, especially if he's going to have to maybe even pitch out of the stretch a bit more?
I agree.
And
Yeah,
just let
because
Taiwan Walker stay in the rotation?
I think it's something they can consider if that's going to be the play. I guess it really depends on if Luzardo figures it out in the next 4 weeks, that's how many starts for him? 4
About
starts? 5?
I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got about 5 starts really to show that there's like even improvements here, but I think somewhere in the middle of those, a decision is going to have to be made. And I do think, you know what, I'll even say it, as much as I rag on Taiwan Walker because I don't trust him at all anymore. The problem is Luzardo's been a problem. And, I mean, look what he's given up against a team like Baltimore, not to throw shade, John, but, you know, against a better team that they're going to face in the postseason. I'm not confident that he's going to be able to handle any situations outside of a clean
He's
baseball
inconsistent. He's inconsistent is the issue right now. He can have, and I think it's all purely because, like tonight he doesn't have control. That's very clear right now. A lot of stuff aside from the pitch Westberg that he hit for a home run had been elevated. Supposedly, as they said last start, Luzardo was trying to throw in the strike zone more, be more aggressive. He's doing that tonight, but he's not doing that with location, and that's huge. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it's a decision.
It'd be interesting if there was a stat out there that shows a pitcher's numbers compared to what he does out of the windup versus out of the stretch. I mean, I bet that number exists. I just don't know how accessible it is for someone like us to pick it up.
I mean, I gotta imagine it's just with runners on somewhere.
That would probably be the start to look at. If there's a way to look at it where it says runners on second or runners on second and third, because you can include first because he's out of the stretch, but I know at times when it was tipping the pitches. So yeah, you could do runners on, but also see if it changes drastically when you don't have a runner just on first. But
yeah.
This strike zone is absolutely bonkers.
This is ridiculous, man. Like the one to Adley was right there too, and he doesn't call that a strike.
I'm thinking to the first inning where the pitch to Henderson was about 3 inches below the zone, and then that pitch that was just called a ball was about 4 inches higher on the line called a ball. Like,
yeah.
If you're inconsistent in the same area, you're still wrong, but at least like I can see that coming a mile away. It's the ones that are like, here's the pitch down the middle for a ball. Now here's the pitch in the same like section of the plate, but 3 inches lower, and that's a strike. It's like, wait a minute. How could the pitch above it be a ball, but the pitch below it is a strike?
In. Sorry, he tried to elevate that.
Nicky.
He got under it.
The worst defender in the MLB.
Yeah, but he was going
First at
to
guess.
his left. So
First
That's
at
true.
guess.
He is going the direction he was supposed to.
yeah.
He was.
Hit Tyler O'Neill in the back. Show your dominance.
I loved that breakdown a couple years ago of the Phillies were geniuses. They realized Nick Castellanos sucks going to his right, so they have him start right and then go left.
Great.
I mean, that's what using the analytics really should be, is pulling out things like that.
Yeah,
And that is just good stuff there by, I'm assuming it's like the sports science department or whatever.
Right. No, that's the thing about analytics with like baseball. Doing something like that, that's perfect and fantastic and what you should do it for. But when you're using like the analytics like nonstop to be like bat angle needs to be this, but you need to start this early and you need to do this, and this is where the percentages, that's where you're getting really, really like too nitty gritty.
All right,
Like,
well, I have the stats you are looking for.
so without even
It's
going
on Baseball Reference.
is there all right? So before
Thanks,
even
Ben Kenobi.
talking about something with runners on base, what is his ERA when the bases are empty?
When the bases are empty, his
So out of the
ERA. Well, you know what? I haven't showing ERA. Hold
do
on.
ERA and WHIP or whatever it would do, or what are the hitters hitting
Uh,
type of thing? That would work too. But
Hold on, it's not. It's showing the raw stats, not the.
oh my god, do I have to do everything myself?
might as well. All right. So count here is 1 and 2, 2 outs. Run on first. Honestly, if I'm looking at Gunnar right now at first base, I'm looking to have him take off at some point. I thought that O'Neill missed that, but never mind. um, but yeah. In all seriousness, how Bobby, since Will's looking that up, how do you feel about Harrison Bader? How do you feel about that move? I know
So
Will's
far,
opinion.
I mean, it's a move which, at the end of the day, the Phillies needed to make in some form or another. I'm glad they did something. Now it remains to be seen how Bader is actually going to perform. He's not a be-all, end-all outfielder. Like, he's not going to be a full-on replacement that you probably would have wanted them to grab. But they made a move, which honestly, I'm more happy with getting Duran. Oh wow, right to Turner there, picks that one up. I'm more happy that they got Duran. Everything outside of that was, just extra gravy at that point. So
I was asked today, what moves did I like? All the moves that the Orioles did. I said that I thought they could have gotten more for Ramon Arias. So I'll pose that question to you guys. Do you like all the Phillies' moves? One, and two, do you think they could have done more, or are you surprised they got what they got?
I don't think they could have done any more. I'm sure they tried with the outfield, but I think they were aggressive. They seemed very aggressive. I was hearing a lot of reports going into the deadline that the Phillies were calling a lot. They were in constant conversation with a bunch of different teams for a bunch of different pieces. But I think everyone who they talked to were trying to aim for the Phillies prospects, who are very, very good right now, and which is a good problem to have. We got rid of Tate, which kind of sucks because it would have been cool to have him on the come up. But out of getting rid of him or someone like Crawford or Painter or anything like that, this was the better way to go about it. So and Duran already seems to be showing some good promise. So that's the deal that you make. Then that's going to be worth it at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, I wanted a bit of a better outfielder. There wasn't a lot, I think, for them to do at that point. I think all the outfielders that were, high priced, so they made do what they had. The Twins seemed to be in full fire sale mode, so it seemed like they just wanted to. They also were able to take advantage of that once they realized they made the Duran deal. So I'm okay with everything the Phillies did. Obviously, ideally, it could have been more on the outfield side, but they went into the deadline with the main goal being you need a closer. That's it. That is literally the main goal. Outfielder, extra gravy, and that's what they did. So it's a successful deadline. That could have been a little bit more ideal, but I don't blame them in the slightest.
When I saw that you were interested in Cedric Mullins, I was fully expecting the Phillies to get him from us. But, yeah. So, Will, what about you?
I mentioned a lot of my thoughts during our last episode, where you, me, and Ty John talked about the trade deadline and stuff, and part of
Mm-hmm.
what we talked about was the Phillies. The really short version is to just pretty much to say that I agree with Bobby. I don't think they were ever going to go with someone that was higher caliber than a platoon player. So I didn't think Jaron Duran, Cedric Mullins, even Stephen Kwan, I was really doubtful about. I
He would
probably
have been
felt
a
there was a
steal.
chance
What the
only when
fuck?
Clase.
That's a bloop.
I felt like Kwan may have been a chance purely when Clase was still on the table as a trade chip. And then, of course, all the gambling stuff came out and that quickly stopped. But the person that I would have liked personally the most was Ramon Laureano. He was someone that I thought fit the offensive bill and the defensive bill really well.
Right, you did say
He's a
that.
right-hander, and he could have platooned either in center or in left. But Bader, I'm fine with. He is better than what we had or what we still have as the alternate. I think as the season goes on, he's going to end up playing true 50-50 to Max Kepler, if not even a bit more.
Yep.
And also, one thing I found interesting today, which I did not realize, and so this is more of a question for Bobby, is apparently Harrison Bader has a mutual option on his contract. What are the odds that you think both parties would agree? Because usually with mutual contracts or mutual options, they never happen because usually one side says no for one reason or the other.
Are you
Holy
serious?
God.
Are you serious?
We're going to have the best scorecard to review. Look at this.
Brother.
Baloney.
Wow.
Holy cow.
This is why. Anyone that says they should take the human element out, screw you. This is why. This is totally why. And if they
This
do
game right
some
now is getting
BS,
egregiously bad.
if they do some
Yes.
BS where they take it out in the postseason, it's just going to be the umpire show in the postseason next year. So,
No,
Rob Manfred,
well,
be smart.
if anything was going to happen, it was going to be that if they were going to do it at all, they would have absolutely put it in the postseason next year. But I don't see the committee saying no in general, but we'll see.
Well, that's what it just worries me because they got rid of the extra inning rule for the postseason, which I mean, I don't like it because I like baseball, but I understand with like pace of play and stuff like that. But my whole thing is you play baseball a whole way throughout the season, and then it changes in the postseason. That's really stupid to me.
So
I'm worried they're going to do that.
Well, no. So the thing about that so the differences between the two is that the extra inning rule in reality is to prevent injury and overuse. That's all it is. It's also the bonus in many people's eyes is that it adds more action to a baseball game. Does it add action? Sure. Do I think it's a good idea? Hell no. But it's so you don't have 13, 14, 15 inning games and having players drained. And so in the postseason, they remove it because in those instances, it's no longer about the injury. It's you need a true
you need to finish the season.
Outcome. Yeah, you need to finish it out. The difference would be with the balls and strikes is that's not for injury and health reasons. It's purely for accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So they would keep that in. It's like how they keep the challenge system in the postseason.
Yep.
Same thing.
It's also, it's also like it's a fan thing too, right? I mean, listen, people got work, and despite the every game matters type shit, statistically it doesn't, right? So seeing a regular season game, having a pace to play be quicker during the regular season with a ghost runner is going to be a better option than a playoff game. The NHL does the same thing. The NHL has 5-minute overtime followed by a shootout in the regular season, and then when they get to the playoffs, it is as many periods of 5-on-5 20-minute overtime until somebody scores, because the shootout, like the ghost runner, can be considered kind of a cheap way to win a big time game. So it's just going to be better for as competitive and as pure baseball as the better team won instead of they won off a ghost runner.
Now here's my next question. In that light, we saw in the All-Star game this year that it went to a swing off. Would either of you be proponent of that after 13 innings?
No.
Nope. Keep playing until somebody dies. Keep playing. It's a fucking playoff game. It's the whole reason you became a baseball player. Was
Not
to play
in the playoffs. I'm
postseason.
talking about in the regular season.
Still no.
No.
Okay.
You know what? I'd rather have ties.
Ooh, damn. Hit that on a line. I mean, I don't even think there should be a ghost runner in the.
I don't like ghost runners.
So
I don't either. I don't like the rule.
I don't like it either.
I get the idea, but then at that point, I almost would rather them say again, like I said, introduce ties where after 12 innings or something, that's a fucking tie.
I don't want that. I would only consider a tie if a game went 18 innings, because if you can watch 2 baseball games and the score doesn't change, then maybe.
Yeah.
My thing would be is I'm not against expanding rosters more. Like, if you're really about health.
Oh, I agree.
Like, all right, make the roster 28. Make it 30 if you have to. I don't care. I know, obviously, the main thing I can see coaches saying from a expanded roster 2030 is that when it comes to pitchers, like especially bullpen arms, you may have instances where certain bullpen arms don't pitch.
Oh God!
Holy cow! Oh my God! Holy shit!
Well,
we're tied up.
Yeah. Oh my God, Schwarber.
I know you're not happy.
I mean,
he just tied it, but God, that was a bomb.
I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, if you
mad.
thought that he wasn't guaranteed a contract before, I mean, goodness.
So my prediction for Schwarber is he's getting 4 to 6 years in the offseason. And I think if a team gives him 6, they may add on an option for 7. I think it's very well given. He'll be 33 after this season that someone tries to lock him down to 40.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm upset for this reason. Man. What did I say? Don't elevate it. And what did he do?
Especially against Kyle Schwarber.
He followed the scouting report that we suggested.
Yeah.
Stop it!
I mean, I really don't know why. Again, you're going against the Phillies. I mean, throw them low and away. You have half the lineup guessing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that'll be the big thing for the Phillies in the postseason is if.
Oh!
That really wasn't even close. Relax.
Well, this.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh, did he go?
No, they said no swing, but the Orioles dugout was barking at him. Yeah. He's right, though, because the thing about that I hate with that scorecard thing I said about the umps. Wait, so here's the thing. Before you say anything. Wait. I'm big boys talking. The thing that it says in the rules to remember is he has to commit to a swing. In the end, was he swinging or was he trying to get away from a pitch at his head?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, but the problem is it's so vague though, because you can argue at that point that the fact that he even was turned that way in the first place means he was committed, even though truthfully he was just,
that's one of those ones where it's so close to the head. Common sense would say he's trying to get out of a pitch at his head.
I think that if they would have,
if it was like 3 inches, you can't challenge a check swing, you ding dong.
You can, but.
No, you can't. It's a judgment pitch, and therefore it's not challengeable.
I don't think you can, because I thought that's been the kind of the thing this season that everyone's been focused on is the idea that you can't. And there's been a lot of pretty egregious calls when it comes to whether.
No, I agree. There is something about it.
Oh my fucking God!
That is a strike, though. That was just barely on the line. But because of how
he's blind on the opposite end of the plate.
Well, the thing is, Wolf has been so inconsistent that we're going to start getting arguments to pitches that are strikes. But because of how bad he's been, no one's going to think it's a strike.
Yeah, and Harper's been going through.
Well, Harper got a pitch also at his head. He probably backed off the plate an inch or two also. So that looked really outside to him.
Yep, I'm sure.
Even if he doesn't think he did, he probably did it self-consciously.
So this is interesting. Apparently, MLB is testing technology for you to be able to challenge check swings called Hawkeye.
I agree. They're going to try to figure out
Hawkeye
something.
Is what we use in the NHL.
But it's going to get really interesting because they're now, I mean, like I said, based on that score sheet, which is probably what they're going to go off of, that they're going to judge swings based on like a 45-degree angle sort
Yep.
of thing.
Yep.
And what's
That's
going to
exactly
get
what it
real,
is.
but what's going to get really interesting is a situation like that for Harper, because I think 3 out of every 4 umpires would say that he did not swing because the pitch was, as I said, I think even you could say 9 out of 10. But if you do a challenge system where you're following like based on just bat path, then that's going to be considered a swing. And the rule in the baseball rule book says it's about a player committing. And so therefore it's going to be this weird gray area that I'm not sure they're really ever going to find a true happy consensus about.
It's also like I hate the process of if they introduce this that it's think of the line of calls that have to happen just to get a decision, right? So a lot of the time it's going to be pitch goes, batter check swings, appeal to third or first, ump makes a call, and then everyone looks to the dugout so that the dugout can figure out if they want to challenge
They're
or
not. So
not.
here's the thing: if they challenge a check swing, my guess is they would do a challenge system like the balls and strikes thing, or it would just be one of those challenges because they're going to include. I'm fully convinced ABS is going to be a part of baseball next year.
Yeah.
And so my guess is it would be that.
Yeah, I'm just saying though is that like, yeah, and I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
But
It's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying
of
is
little
that
extra
there has to be a decision on the field first. That's the big thing.
No,
so
yeah,
they have
it's,
to, and
it's good.
And
Yeah,
catchers are so used to appealing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I mean,
it's
I
gonna be
do
weird to
think
see how
a
that
check
works
swing
out.
situation will be probably for the most part the hitter is the one that always challenges, just because catchers and pitchers will be in between since they don't have the best
Yeah,
angle.
yeah, that makes
Now
sense.
that being said, hitters may be too biased and it doesn't happen. That is a meatball sub for the ages.
Yeah, it is, dude. They put Terran on these segments all the time, and it's great. It's like, and then now it's gonna cut to
Ha! I want that
Tom
shirt.
McCarthy and John Kruk eating said meatball subs.
Got balls? Yep, in front of me.
Got balls.
They're out to give him a big plate of balls.
Another good sweeper out of Lucy there.
I do think check swings are something that they should never really do.
Oh, whoops.
They should never do as a robotic thing. I think it's going to be too crazy. And that's when my whole thing about the ABS stuff, it's not getting rid of an ump's job because in the end you need something like
Yeah, see what did I just say?
check swings. Yeah,
What
they
did
always
I
put the
just
food in
say?
front of them.
what the hell? I could direct this whole show.
Yeah, because we've seen it play out
Oh
enough times.
God! Speaking of which, a reminder: I hate the Mets. Did you see that freaking eye drop transition that
No.
SNY did? Okay, so they went out to give Soto like eye drops like mid game at a certain point.
Okay.
So the fucking truck, as he's getting eye drops, did a like blinking eye transition from like one
Oh
shot
my
to another
God.
as he was getting it. Dude, he is, and I found the director's Twitter for the guy who does the Mets games for SNY, and he does shots based on movies all the time. Like he does, like he'll take shots that he did and put them next to the scene that inspired it. So like he did a bunch of Edgar Wright stuff and Wes Anderson stuff. Like
That's kind of cool.
that is really cool.
Love
Cooked.
you, Phillies.
They
Your
cooked.
broadcast has not been the best this season. I also understand, though, that things have been different because it was either a director or a producer or something passed away early in the season.
Yes.
So things are all out of whack, probably.
I will say something too is that like I'm just happy that NBC Sports has been one of the more, consistent in terms of regional sports networks right now and the state of them at the moment, constantly being renamed, constantly changing. It's been NBC Sports Philly for probably 15 years, close to, before it was Comcast Sportsnet. Yeah, so but it hasn't changed and it's still doing its thing. Bally became FanDuel earlier this year.
And it was Fox right before it was Bally or Bally.
Yeah. Yep. It was Fox
It was
Sports.
like Fox Sports, Bally, And
Yeah,
then
Fox I don't think has any RSNs anymore.
Nope.
So
what
I'll get
happened?
at
What would
least
happen
happy
if
about that.
Luzardo just walked up to that ump and just casually just slapped him across the face? No hesitation.
He's like, look at me, look at me.
No, not even that. He just
Yeah.
he drops the hands. He looks down.
There's sticky stuff on this motherfucker. It's a tie game going into the bottom of the fourth.
And
Kyle
offense is
Schwarber
the
just
name of the game
continues,
early
man.
on.
Yep. I mean, a little. I mean, I said I was looking for a low scoring game. That's just because it goes in the Phillies, but at the same time, it is also Luzardo pitching, so should have
Given
at
the
least
pitchers,
expected
it
a
seemed
run.
like at least to the starters, it was going to be a bit of a slugfest.
Which still in, so probably get another inning, maybe more out of. Now, Phillies have been using their starter, and for good reason, for their starters a lot longer, I think, compared to other teams, which has been a good thing because most of the time that means they're performing well. Don't want to take them out of the game and ruin it. But I'm happy we're not relying as much on the bullpen this time around. It seems like the starting pitching is doing a lot of the work. The fact that Christopher Sanchez can go 110 plus, it seems like, in his
The
pitch
fact
count
that
is
he
a
only
very
threw
good thing.
84 pitches yesterday, like I
It's
have no
ridiculous.
issues with bringing in Duran, especially. I mean, we got the extra run, but
Yeah.
it was like, ah, man, I wanted to see if Sanchez could throw a Maddox.
Yeah. Such a good ace lineup right here. I mean, again, the only thing that I'm waiting on at this point to see what Nola does. If he gets activated and see how how he looks. He did have a rough go at it, but we've talked about this a ton, especially in the episode you and I hijacked, where we think he was playing hurt, and this was ultimately just a decision to finally get him back up to speed. Sucks that he missed most of the season, but it's part of the game.
He wasn't
and it's not Tommy
performing well.
John, so yep.
Yeah, and he wasn't performing well. It wasn't like he was a 2.00 ERA guy and then got hurt.
No.
He was pitching over 6. Like,
Yeah.
believe it or not, the replacements for Nola since he's been hurt have been better than he was. So the team has been better without him. Doesn't mean that I think the team is better in general without him. When you get Nola where you want him, then he's a workhorse. But if it's a stress fracture, rib injury, that means that unless there was some type of trauma that they aren't revealing, then it's not really a stress fracture. It was just wear and tear, and finally went. And I have a feeling, therefore, because of it being a stress fracture, it may have been bothering him the entire time. He was just trying to find ways to deal with the discomfort, and finally it was too much that he couldn't manage. And that's going to be the case with also Bohm when Bohm comes back. Rib injuries last a long time.
And it affects so much of you. Like, it's not even just like the pain itself.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it can...
Well,
no, that wasn't called.
It was
no,
off
that
the
wasn't
plate.
called. That wasn't called. Was that
it was
called?
so far off
2
the
balls
plate.
off the plate.
That was so far off the plate.
That was called a strike.
I had it out of the corner of my eye. What the fuck?
Adley stole that one, but that was so far off the plate. It wasn't even funny.
Jim Wolf needs to get hit in the head. I need Randy Johnson to go on the field and beat some sense into his brother.
Is Schwarber gonna go off on him like he did?
I don't think Schwarber is right.
Oh my god!
5 balls.
Too.
So right now he's walked twice. Someone's gonna get tossed if this is close.
Yeah, Rob's thinking about it. Holy shit!
Oh, buddy, you can't do that. You can't.
A ball and change off the zone.
Like this is why I want.
Goodness gracious!
You can make that argument that
you miss a handful. Fine, I'll deal with
centimeter hit the box. There we go. You can see that.
I mean, Jim Wolf is. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you want to check
3 times.
Want to tap the helmet here? Jesus Christ!
I'm surprised more players haven't tapped the helmet to mock the umps. I know it happened.
Well, who got ejected for that when they didn't mean to do it? Who did that? Someone did that.
That was
they like tapped.
That was beginning. Of the season.
That was early on. Yeah. Someone like tapped their helmet, but it was almost like a tick for them, like just one of the things they do.
Yeah, like they just like
for Castellanos to the home run right here.
Yeah.
I mean, he nearly got one.
Going for it.
Well, he's got a great batting average on the first pitch.
How's he on the second pitch?
Probably not as good. But no, when he makes contact on the first pitch, his batting average is like 430 or something ridiculous. But I mean, Jim Wolf, I hate you so much right now, and you are ripped and could probably rip my head off. But thank you for making a good case for ABS.
But most of the umps this season has been a bad year for umps. This is another one.
I almost wonder if they've given up.
Maybe I was curious if if took them a little bit to try to hone in because they had the challenge system in spring training, so they weren't trying as hard
We're
then
using it
to
as a
figure things
crutch.
out. Yeah, early
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. When spring training is supposed to be like, just everybody retooling themselves a little bit.
All right, you get the
Who
kinks
knows?
out, you get in your rhythm, and you go.
Yep.
Because I mean, last year I remembered it sucked early in the season, but as it went on, when you looked at the cards, they were in general a lot better. This one just seems like it's gone from horrendous to bad. Or
Yeah.
like, has it gotten better? Sure. Is it good? No.
No.
Oof.
It's a good pitch, actually.
Right
It
on the
was.
corner.
And then he was trying to hit it to the moon.
Yep.
Like, you have 2 strikes. Nice and easy, bud.
Yep.
Yeet.
Harrison Bader now up. Fun to see something.
Does Bader have a hit yet as a Philly?
I don't think so. But he's batting. Listen, he's batting 252 on the year. That's not terrible.
I feel like
No,
that
he's
wasn't your issue when it came to center field, though. Your issue was 100% defensively.
No, it was the opposite. Defense was not a problem whatsoever. It was offense.
Yeah, we actually.
But
yeah.
also, it was a little skewed because Brandon Marsh has done a lot better than his numbers show, even though his numbers aren't that bad. It's just the things that stand out are he doesn't have as many home runs, which is true. He's gone a good chunk of the season without the power he had, though he's got a couple home runs recently. And his average is either like low 260s, maybe it's upper 260s, but it was like 180 something after like the first month and a half of the season. And then he was hurt. Like he really brought it back since coming off the IL sometime in May. So
yes,
you do have to applaud how he stepped up. It's just that he hasn't been up to par power wise. Kepler hasn't been doing well. Johan Rojas is doing what he did last year. And if anything, Rojas has actually gotten worse as the season's been on. But defensively, Rojas has been fine. Yeah, defensively, it's just Castellanos. So,
which he makes up for with what is he batting right now? 267 with a 741 OPS. I'm okay with that.
Now, my thing with Castellanos is he doesn't make errors. He just doesn't have the range. So if he can make the plays he can get to, then great.
Dude is an infielder that somehow became an outfielder. Oh, this is weird. Okay.
Hey, fellas, can we communicate in the outfield here? Or, hell, even the... foul territory.
Yeah, umpire was going to go for that ball, too.
And there's Jackson Holiday bringing up the rear in this one. I will say this: that is 100% Jackson's ball. Mayo needs to lay off, though.
Yep. The hierarchy of pop-ups.
Well, also, Jackson needed to call him off as well. Because if you're an infielder, you're taught it's your ball until you're called off. But you got to...
I mean, in general, you're told back off when they're calling. It's when more than one person is calling. Hierarchy. Now, John, do you know what the hierarchy is?
Well, in the outfield, the hierarchy is center field, and then if it's in the outfield, the infielder gives it to the outfielder in that sense.
Center fielder has it over everyone, then outfielders have it over infielders. What about when you get to the infield?
That's a good question. It depends on what side. It would go to, I would assume the second baseman would have it in the infield on the right side and the shortstop on the left side.
Correct. Middle infielders get hierarchy when it's depending on which side of the field it's on. What if it's like a pop-up over the mound that everyone's going for?
Pitcher can call it, but typically they get the hell out of the way.
It's not the pitcher, so who is it?
It depends on what side it
It's
lands.
short,
Now,
right?
if it's directly
Short.
over the mound, like it's like as smack dab in the middle as you can get.
Yeah, I
who
agree
gets
with Bobby.
hierarchy?
I think it would go to
It's
short.
short, right?
It's shortstop. Shortstop gets hierarchy over everyone in the
Yeah.
infield. And
You
then
can't.
when
you
it
don't
comes
occupy
to
a
what
base,
about
bitch?
right the way, so then the hierarchy after that is infielders have calls over catchers, and catcher has call over pitcher. Pitcher, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Mhm. Nice pitch.
I mean, for the most part, it's common sense when you kind of think about it, because you just give it to the guy that's got the momentum going in versus back. It's just when it comes to the other infield spots, just middle of the infield has better hierarchy over the corners, and most of the time, I guess that's because um the middle infield starts generally back a little farther in the infield when the pitch is thrown. So to them, they're going in or left or right. They're never going backwards. And if they're going backwards, then outfielder should be on them.
I was kind of saying
Yep.
anything to avoid the infielder having to go as far backwards. I feel like is going to be good. So if an outfielder is running on the ball and they can hear them, then yeah, give it to the outfielder. The
That's
outfielder
why
had to
I
hide since
always
it came off
hate
the bat.
seeing. I always hate seeing infielders running backwards and trying to make that hard catch over the shoulder like Willie Mays. It's like you don't need to do that. The outfielder can get there. What is this commercial?
I'm admiring it. I've seen it before.
I have too, but
Basically said Apple Intelligence is a dick. It removed your cat.
anyway, back to baseball. In terms of the Orioles, I don't even know what to say for this game.
Well,
Like,
then back to being silent.
stay away from the power hitters of the Phillies in their lineup. That's what Povich needs to do, and really he's done that really well. Minus, elevating it to Schwarber for some ungodly known reason.
And he elevated it to Harper.
Oh yeah, that too.
So out of the 4 plate appearances to the 2 big guys, he's allowed 2 home runs.
Yep.
I don't think that's good.
No. But everybody else, he's good.
Yeah, the non-big guys.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
I mean, the key to beating the Phillies in the postseason again, or at least beating the offense, is going to be pitchers pitching around Harper and Schwarber, and the rest of the offense not swinging out of their shoes. That's what hurt the Phillies in 23. Not so much last postseason. The Phillies in general were just kind of out of it, aside from Harper and Castellanos.
Oof.
I think you should call that a strike. I mean, the catcher caught it, and it's a strike, right?
What I thought it was.
Hmm.
I thought catches
Throw it at
meant
the
something.
corner. Throw it at
Yeah.
the corner, but like 3 inches off.
Oh, good thing he swung at that because otherwise it would have been a called strike. That was another half a ball down, I think. But
Do you think there's a chance, John, that the Orioles will finish above the Rays in the standings in the end of the season?
I don't think so. I think
Because
they're-
currently, the Orioles are like 50 and
paint.
59 or something.
let me check this. Let me check that.
Because
And
I
get back
know
to you.
that the Rays, I believe, now are 55 and 58, maybe even 55 and 59. So there's
Check
only a
that.
few games difference between them.
Yeah, there's about a 4.5 game difference. I'd say no, 3.5, 3.5. Excuse me. Game difference. There's possibility.
Why the heck did he swing and then look in his dugout? Like, hey, you guys told me the wrong pitch was coming.
yeah, guys, the camera was set up for this moment.
Like, he didn't even look up, like, where did I hit the ball and then to the dugout. He swung and immediately went to his dugout.
He has
Easy.
no power.
Carlson or Kemp with an arm?
Carlson. I know nothing about Kemp.
I was gonna say you
It's been
probably were
fine.
right about Kemp. I mean, he releases it really quick.
Let me see. He's talking about the 103.3 mile an hour pitch that he pitched the other day.
Joan Duran
Yeah,
Duran is an animal. Wait, do
he
I have
is.
to? Joan Duran is an animal.
Duran's an animal. 103.3, 102.7.
And then
And then
Alvarado.
Alvarado hit 102.5, and that was in 22.
I love those radio stations.
Honestly,
Mix 102.7, the Phils.
103.3 classic rock.
actually,
Shout
it's
out
the Durantula.
93.3 WMMR.
Does that mean I have to call him the
What's
Durantula now?
the? Well, I was gonna say Q102 is Elvis Duran. I think is his name, is the radio DJ there.
That is an amazing name. Elvis Duran.
Yeah, he used to do a segment in the mornings. I don't know if he still does.
Should have been
He used
Elvis
to do
Duran
a,
Duran.
he used
Well,
to do a segment called the Phone Tap, where he'd do prank calls at like 7 in the morning.
Bobby, when we have a child, we're gonna name him Elvis.
You can't steal
Alright.
Crux bit. I'm sorry.
I
Goodbye
wanna
to Malachi.
steal it.
You
It's a
cannot
great bit.
steal Crux bit. He's perfected it with Malachi.
Oh my
He fucking
God!
called that a strike. Keep throwing there. If you miss,
Oh
you're
my-
right. Just keep throwing there.
my God, I was so enamored by that. I forgot to put Westberg in the scoreboard. Holy shit!
Get on it, producer.
It's a lot more streamlined now.
This game is gonna be infamous when it comes to the.
I really want to
score
see it.
book.
I want to see it.
Well, so I think MLB Auditor, Bobby, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure they use the telecast zone when they do their thing. But
I
at
hope
least
so.
the way it
I'm
feels like
pretty sure they do.
is when I feel like when I've seen their reels on Instagram, they're using the telecast stuff when they're like the up misses so and so, whereas you scorecard does adjustments after the fact to try to figure out what
Which
the height and
is
should be.
better because I mean the
Technically,
telecast
it's
is
more accurate.
fine, but that is as high as it goes. Now the pitches we're seeing, like yes, we obviously have the telecast, so we have a tad bit of bias, whether it's subconscious or not. Yeah, you have to swing at that. And it's going to be a blooper anyway. Oh, that's
Woohoo!
okay. Speaking of which,
Didn't I just say,
yeah,
don't do that?
However, the pitches we're seeing are at the batter's shins, and they're getting
Right.
called.
No,
So,
I mean, my
like,
thing when
come
it
on.
comes to what I see on TV, like, all right, fine, I understand there should be adjustments, but when it comes to inside and outside, ideally, my thought is that shouldn't change because the strike zone's not getting wider when a new batter comes up. It's not like, hey, this is the size of their ass or this is the size of the plate. But
Yeah.
obviously the height might change. So that's where there might be some inconsistencies. And it's weird at times, like I know for the Phillies,
Bumper's gonna have an issue.
definitely last year, some this year, but I don't feel like it's been as much. It felt like Brandon Marsh was always getting high strikes called to a point where I was almost like, is the box just wrong when he bats? There's so many people, like so many strikes called. It's like, is it just that it needs to be a smidge up, or is it the fact that he squats enough that they're just guessing? Like, I think
and I don't
if he
know.
stood more
and
upright, it's fine.
I would love to make a video where we get like some guy who actually knows how to pitch, whether it's a college kid or some minor league guy or something like that, and then we all get behind the plate and he throws a session, and we see compared to some true strike zone technology,
Can I have a case
how
in front
accurate
of me?
we would be. Like that'd be cool if we. I mean, I don't even know where to even begin to try to produce that, but I would. That would be something cool. I would love. That's a video. MLB needs to do this if they really want to make the. I mean, I think they're more in favor of ABS now, but like if they really wanted to kind of show how hard it is to be an umpire, because it is hard. I really would love to see like, hey, grab the average person who at least knows something about baseball, like goes to games, put them behind the plate on like some random session, and see how good they do, just to kind of understand.
I've tried to do that with those videos on social media where it's like watch these X amount of strikes and try to guess what the pitches are from like an ump cam.
Yes.
So
there's a guy who does it for a lot of
I actually think
U18.
a lot of the time it's not that hard. It's the ones where the pitches are low that are a little tricky from the angle. Inside, outside, and high, it doesn't felt like an issue whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, but there is also something to be said. I mean, a lot of the guy I watch, there's an umpire I follow who watches, or who does like, oh,
what did you drop,
Taryn? Who does a lot of the 18U little league type stuff, right? There's a difference between, there's a difference between seeing those types of pitches that those kids are throwing. Not that they're not good; they're throwing fast, but they're not. But they're also they don't have the movement or the speed of major league pitchers. Like
right now, if they're 18, depending on if you're like varsity versus, like a Babe Ruth or a Legion League. I mean, you might get like if you get a really good player, you might get around 90. You probably are going to get people in the low 80s, and then some people just being like mid upper 70s. You're just pitching for fun.
Yep.
All right,
so you get a very healthy combination of the two.
Here's a question. Do you think sometimes umpires will extend the box or extend the strike zone, because they want the game to go by quicker?
Whatever your question was, I was probably going to say yes, and the answer is yes.
I don't. I certainly don't. I mean, maybe if it was going to be a case where it did happen, it's in absolute blowout situations, like
in a meaningless game.
In a meaningless game, or a position player's in. I mean, what do you think he's going to do? So,
I mean, I always think about the story that Will Clark said on his podcast with Angel Hernandez, and how there was a game where Angel Hernandez made a questionable call. He kind of barked at him. That was that. When the game ended, he went to a bar with some guys, and at the bar was the umpire crew, including Angel Hernandez.
Oh, God.
So he decided to so actually what he did was he went to like the bartender or something. He said, buy them a round of drinks on me. And when Angel found out who it was, like he went up to Clark, or Clark went up to him or something. And Angel like kind of questioned him, like, what do you want? Like he kind of felt like Will was going to try to jab at him a bit after the game. And all Will did was just simply be like, I just wanted to say good game. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. And Angel was like, gee, thanks, man. Like genuinely happy about that. And like he said, from then on for the rest of his career, Angel Hernandez strike zone for him was like a grapefruit.
Yep.
I'm not saying every ump does it, but I absolutely believe umpires change the strike zone at times for random biases. I think it happened the other day versus the Yankees, where I forget what the umpire's name was. I just want to say his name was Lance somewhere in it, but it was John
Lance
Boy did
somebody.
Pretty much, because John Boy did a breakdown. So apparently I think it's Aaron Boone's first ejection of the season. And this ump was missing so many pitches off the plate, pretty much as egregious as Jim Wolf's have been for the Yankees. But it would seem to happen, at least the way the video was being edited, fairly consistently and close together. And Boone just started barking at him. And I absolutely believe, based on like the pitches that followed after the initial barking, that the ump kept calling it just to spite the Yankees.
I mean, again, and I brought this up when we've talked about this last time with Thursday ABS, and that's what Keith Alt discusses in his the Inside Game book, is that it's just like there is so many different biases that umpires are going to have that we can't possibly quantify. It's impossible. Like it could be they like the guy, they don't like the guy.
Right.
It could be that they didn't get enough sleep the previous day. The Phillies talked about that on their road trip to Chicago. That they the one game was really bad because they had travel delays. Yeah. Right. So like they didn't sleep. They drank a beer when they shouldn't have. Stuff like it could be literally anything. It is unless they come out and say and give like a full blown report that is somehow 100% confirmed, we're never going to know what the bias is. Some of it is just completely subconscious. Like they could be dealing with heat, things like heat stroke or something. So now they're seeing things wrong. It could be anything. That's why, to a certain extent, like I give them the tiniest bit of a pass because I realize how hard it is and how many pitches they see per game and how many calls they have to make per game. Baseball is a pure call-to-call sport. So I get it, but unfortunately, we're at a point where, with how good Major League Pitching is and everything right now, it's just they're not up to snuff with everything that they're currently seeing. So we have to just let them make certain calls and just kind of defer calls that are supposed to be technical calls made by technology. Unfortunately.
My prediction with the ABS is it'll come in next year, but it'll take 2 years before they settle on what they stick at long term, or at least for the foreseeable future. My thinking is when it comes up next year, they're going to keep you get the 2 challenges per team. You keep them. If you're right, you lose one if you're wrong. My thinking is eventually what they're going to settle on is hitters get 2 and pitchers get 2.
Yeah. Now, is that like when you say batters get 2, each individual batter gets 2?
No. I mean, like you get 2 challenges that the hitters can use during the game, and you get 2 that the pitching can use, not per batter or per pitcher. That's just
per team. So do you have 4
right?
Total
So
challenges?
it's like basically you get 4 challenges split between your pitchers and hitters.
I think I'm okay with that.
So because I think what's going to happen is there's going to be pitchers there's going to be times where teams are scared to use stuff early on, maybe. And then you're going to get some egregious stuff, or things will happen early on, and then they miss one, and then they kind of choke up doing stuff later because they don't want to. Nice. That's not enough for sinking a putt like that.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
but if I would have hit that, it would have been in the parking lot.
I do like the idea of 4 though, so that you don't have to waste 2 challenges on like a batter having an issue and their pitcher is also getting fucked.
Yeah, I hit a putt about half what that was at my cousin's wedding.
Does mini golf count?
Why not?
Okay. Then yeah, I'll do that too. It'll bounce off the clown, and then a rock, and then
I will say,
it's like playing bumper lanes in bowling.
Hey, don't come at my bowling game.
Later half of the pandemic golfing that we did prepared me for a lot of the fast greens that I deal with at the putt course.
Yeah. No, I think I went putt-putting with John and Mark. I forget when.
3 years ago. Or no, it was before his wedding.
Yeah, but anyway, it was one of those things where
Jesus.
Like I don't know, it was just crazy how different putt-putt was, but also how much better I felt at putt-putt because I did actual golf.
Oh. Is that the banana ball? Is that the banana ball umpire, or is that just some random dude?
Where?
The video my
sister
I'm
not looking at the video.
Dude, I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to that.
I just wanted to see what it was because I know banana ball was.
If I touch my computer now, it's going to blow up. So I'm just going to leave it.
That's fair.
What, do you like rip his groin during that?
Hey.
Barely.
And it's about to go back.
All right, how many? I was gonna say. Oh, the guy's gonna pop it.
What a jerk!
He said.
Honestly,
no.
I kind of like that because I don't want them to delay the game because it lands on the field. Do that when the Orioles are pitching.
Don't stop me! Don't stop me! Oops.
Oof.
He went up for that one.
It's ugly, Adley. I know the strike zone is extended, but it hasn't been extended up there.
He needs an apple box to get to that one.
Freaking apple boxes, man! I swear to God, broadcasts don't use them anymore, and it drives me nuts because there is such height differences between a lot of the commentators I see, and it's like, guys, they solved this problem. So, well, John Kruk is a brand at this point. You have to make him as short as possible.
All right, then what they should do is make they make Tom
Oh,
McCarthy extra
for
tall.
a hot that way that umpire moved, I thought he was about to give a signal. I was about to lose my mind.
So the Phillies and Orioles broadcasts, the ads in the back are synced up now. They were not earlier, which
I
I
still
always find
hate the green
interesting.
screen stuff in the back. It just bothers me.
Well, I always find it interesting when that's the case because I'm always questioning it now. Like, oh, or is that green screen or is that actual? Is that an actual
No,
sign?
no, it's an
Uh,
actual sign. It's an actual sign
it
every
was
time.
green screen earlier. They were two different. They were two different ads. We had Geico. You guys had, I think,
Yeah, but
Toyota.
the green screen is composited on the physical end. That's a real sign.
Oh, I'm sure, but
That has like
I
another
know that's a
sponsor on
real
there.
sign. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a sign to go home, Baltimore. No,
We're over here having a
I mean,
friendly conversation, and you're trying to trash talk.
I don't like talking about the ads.
I don't like it. So
They
You
no
don't
don't
more
like
like
us,
that.
so
doing
I
it.
don't like
I
them.
don't like the ads. No more ads.
Ads do
And here's
try to
our
kill us.
sponsor.
Here's the second most famous groundhog of Pennsylvania.
Says a guy from New Jersey that lived in Delaware.
Well, born in Philly though.
So there's this um like whatever one of the workout guys that you can follow on um social media, but this one really takes cracks at other like the gym meatheads.
Yeah.
Recently he must have been going through some shit just because it feels like more like he always kind of speaks out against the like negative stereotypes and body shaming stuff and the false like whatever misleading content that they do. But it just seems like recently he's gone from attacking to like I'm gonna ruin your life the way he like talks.
I've seen guys like that.
But like for example, what I'm like right now, this is one from his most recent like or some of the recent things in his story is a photo from Planet Fitness with a bar on the ground instead of put away. And he put, by the way, you're a worthless piece of shit if you leave bars on the ground for people to trip over and just walk away. May you be the only person to trip and crack your skull open.
Damn.
And then his response after that was already getting quote unquote pick it up and move on with your life messages from the weakest guys in the gym. I'm going to find your cars and start taking shits in your driver's seat. Pick it up and move on with your life.
Stop elevating
He's
your
having the
pitches
rough
to the
time,
sky.
I think, right now.
I love that. I fucking
If you
love
can
that.
leg press 500 pounds, you can re-rack 500 pounds, big guy. He's going off on this because the next thing is going over what the shopping cart theory is.
The shopping cart.
So the shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. To return the shopping cart is an easy, convenient task and one which we all recognize as the correct, appropriate thing to do. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. There are no situations other than dire emergencies in which a person is not able to return their cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. No one will punish you for not returning the shopping cart. No one will find you or kill you for not returning the shopping cart. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart. You must return the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it is the right thing to do, because it is the correct thing to do, and because it is also kind. Yeah, I've heard this before, but like basically it's that at the gym, but he's using the shopping cart theory for it.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, I agree. I mean, the shopping cart thing bothers the fuck out of me.
Well, and then his next thing is crazy how many people you are how many of you are admitting to me that you don't return your shopping carts or re-rack your weights.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question: regarding the shopping carts, what counts as returning it in that case?
But
Is
if
Well,
there
do you
is
know
a
where you
rat,
put a
putting it in
shopping
the
cart where
carousel?
you're done?
No. Hold on. Does putting it in the carousel in the parking lot count?
yes,
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
then
because
all
there's
right.
It's
somebody who
basically
gets
If you don't
paid
do that, you're
to-
a dickhead.
Yeah,
Right, it's putting it in the designated areas. I do think there should also be a thing about putting it the correct way in the parking and like in the carousel in the
like
parking lot.
pushing it all the way in.
Like, like
yeah.
pushing it all the way in, putting the correct things up. There are certain grocery stores where they will actually have designated lanes outside for where you're supposed to put each cart. And because they're like they're now in lanes, it makes it also very easy to keep straight and for them to back it up when they need to clear it. But like I know when I went grocery shopping today, everything's a mess, and because there's a Costco directly across the parking lot from the
Makes
Giant,
it worse.
Yeah, they mix them up all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. I mean, it's just the carousel thing will always bother me when people don't do it because it's like, so the carousel thing is the right thing to do for a lot of reasons. One, there's someone paid at the store to go get it from that location. It sucks that they then have to walk around the entirety of the fucking parking lot just to get everybody else's carts because they decide to put it. It's even worse when someone puts it in a parking space, especially when it's crowded.
Yeah.
Like you're going to pull into a spot and there's a fucking shopping cart there. Like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Like, what are we doing? So I agree with it.
Right.
Re-rack your weights and re-rack your bars.
Like, weren't you all raised?
Oh,
That was a strike, Bobby. Don't eat
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
That was one
No, I was
should've
saying that
whacked.
more too. I thought Bryce was gonna go after him for a second.
Hmm.
That was a strike.
But now I mean I was always taught you leave things better
Leave the
than when
place
you
better than
arrived.
you found it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. 100%. At his knees. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it's at his knees. That's fine. Yeah, no, that was 100%
Yep,
in the
that's totally
zone.
fine.
He should have
Totally
whacked
fine.
it.
Now that, on the other hand,
That was on the corner.
I'm waiting for JT one day to just take the bat and swing it at the umpire's mask. Like, JT's not one to really express his emotions at all.
no, it's a pretty stoic.
Especially
dude.
at umps. But this season, it feels. Ooh,
Oh, you can beat this.
Ooh.
you might have.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
no.
maybe,
That,
maybe.
it looks kind of like the
maybe.
Turner one. So if that's
Yeah,
the case,
I think he's out. I think
He
he's
is
out.
out.
But
Yeah.
yep, I think he's out by a half step at that. Fine.
The best response to one of these challenge calls is still the ump in spring training that said after review somehow the call was correct.
Yeah.
He's out.
He's out. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was half a step.
That was closer than I
less half
thought.
a step. That was half
Yeah.
of what Turner's was. Why are we cheering? He's out.
Oh.
Nah, he's out.
Yeah. So that angle makes it look worse.
You can't tell the depth as well. This is the good one.
Yeah, that
Because
angle's right. Which
now
I don't think
it's
the
in the
umpire necessarily
pocket.
had that angle.
Or now it's in the glove. It's not even all the way, and it doesn't have to be all the way in the back pocket anymore. It just has to be in the glove, like vicinity. So
Nah, should be out.
it should be out. But however, umps have been really bad this year. It's felt like with challenge calls. So I'm going to say they're going to predict stands,
Not enough.
but he should be out,
They're taking their time.
and it shouldn't
on
be
this.
close.
So I've heard this breakdown a million times. Let's break it down on this show. Saying that a call stands does not mean that it is confirmed. It just means there was not enough evidence to overturn it.
It means the umpires are fucking blind and didn't have the balls to like change what they did.
It's the call that goes on the game sheet. So
It basically means that the screens they're using in New York aren't big enough, and that they need to blow it up more.
Something I'll do whenever I need a break from MLB umpires, I'll look at the no PI call against the New Orleans Saints against the Rams in a playoff game, which is one of the worst calls by any ref in any game ever.
There's gonna be some bullshit. What the fuck? What the fuck? You gotta be shitting
Call
me.
stands.
You gotta be
They
shitting
suck.
me.
These umpires are trash.
I don't know how they could say call stands.
That's
I think
not, I mean,
JT
that, it wasn't
the
even
smile
these
on your
umps.
face.
That was New York.
Yeah, but I know, but it's just
Wow.
how the fuck can you have a TV and like
They have a lot of TVs.
Horrible.
Like, I understand the whole thing of you should only change it if you're accurate, but like if you know for sure. But it feels like this year more and more they're saying call stance. Like,
horrible.
I understand there were probably times in previous seasons that we have bitched about the fact that why didn't you say call stands? There's not enough to overturn it. And they're probably overcorrecting because there's one angle where they're like, well, we don't know if the spike is X inches long and could be grazing the base type of thing. But it's just like
that's pulling hairs.
They've overcorrected way too much this season to the call stands, and it's infuriating. Like, I don't like I said, it's predictable now. This is what it looks like. This is what it should be. It's probably going to be this because this is the trend. And that's what it was.
God.
I'm sorry, John.
I'm so mad.
And the way baseball karma goes, first pitch is going to be a fastball up and away, and Castellanos is going to blast a 2-run home run to put the Phillies up.
Why is
because umps don't impact the game.
No. They don't impact it. They don't impact the momentum. Gunnar makes a great play, and New York is blind. I've often wondered if there's a bias there as well, the fact that it's in New York.
What I feel like is there's 4 guys standing in a circle. 3 of the guys say it's one thing. The one guy does the dissenting vote, and therefore they walk away.
Yeah.
What is this, 4 out of 5 dentists?
Basically.
4 out of 5 dentists agree that he was safe. The 5th one, he's still yelling.
And he needs to brush his teeth.
His teeth.
No,
that's what I'm hearing.
I feel like their umpiring needs to be a thing where there's some, like, they're both after a certain age, you can't umpire. You're done umpiring.
Oh, boy.
You get put on some type of a pension plan or something, but you have to have good fucking eyes.
Welcome, sir.
Manford ball.
Wow, you're late.
Manford ball goes burr.
You should just not have showed up. Just go back to the beach. Just go back to the beach.
It's better there. It's a little bit more.
Love the flow.
Someone was just in the shower.
Or the beach.
Oh, he showered for us.
Yeah. Will said I should come home and just record, and I said that's asinine. There's just no way.
I hate feeling like hella dry and sandy. After
you said you just said just come home, don't even shower.
Oh, you're always dry and sandy.
Oh, yesterday? Yeah,
that's fair.
Actually, I still stayed up a bit after I got back because I put the short for you guys to post.
Oh, I forgot to post the second one today. That's my bad.
I said don't post the Mets one today. Post it tomorrow.
Yeah, you need a thumbnail for that? Today.
No, it's a short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw 2 minutes.
Short.
And I was.
It's my short of me gonna be pissing off Mets fans.
What else is new?
But I did a minute of me making sense, and then I pissed off the Mets fans. So let's see if anyone makes it that long to realize that I did that. That's the good
engagement.
Thing. Well, that'll be the good thing. If we get engagement, it means someone listened to a minute of that and then realized I made a
Which that's enough for the view, and it looks really good on the analytics page.
So,
well, here's baseball karma. Here's the walk, and then it'll be a 3-run home run.
I mean, based on his strike zone, that may have been a. You know what? I'm starting to think his strike zone is just a slice of Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
No, it's like one of those pitch trainers that has like the 9 holes for each of the segments.
Yeah, the pockets.
Slider away, he swings, but should have been ball 4.
Yeah, but it has like extra holes. Oh, that's up the middle.
But up the middle.
Hit. Okay.
Bader's up.
Bader has the opportunity to do something pretty cool.
Yeah, here's his first hit. Of course.
We picked up pizza on the way home. And I go into the shop, and the guy is like has a Phillies game on, and he goes, "God, we got to get Luzardo out of there already." And I didn't see the score, but I was like, "Oh, what is it, like 6-7 nothing?" He only gave up 3 runs. What the hell?
Well, he gave up 3 runs in the first like 3 innings.
Yeah,
Tyler,
he did a good first inning, and then he gave up home runs, I think, in back-to-back innings.
Oh, Jesus.
Boy,
Tyler, the area in which you're in, like, come on.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the guy was like like he,
Yeah,
you know,
I meant
he,
Philly.
It must have been like the third or fourth inning when you were at the pizza shop. So in hindsight with the game, it probably felt like he was going to blow it up, but he settled down the last few innings.
Yeah, I was just assuming that the game was out of hand already, the way he was talking.
No, I mean it
I was
certainly wasn't
worried
a
it
good
was gonna be.
start. Yeah. Did you guys get
As a,
Corbin Martin just to give you guys a Corbin since you lost your previous Corbin? Is that how that worked?
I was worried.
does that mean they
I
have
was
another
thinking
player
about
whose
that.
last name is Burns?
Yeah.
You know,
See, Moneyball was all about recreating players. Now the Orioles are taking it to a new level. That's not the pitch to swing at.
The purple looks so weird.
yeah, somebody's got to get him some red.
See, I couldn't tell if that was stuff from like
It's not the Twins.
from the Twins or if
It-
it was like something else for him.
Because
Well,
they
so
were doing
does
like
any-
that mint color for guys too, which that looks like that looks.
That you know what's
What
funny?
is-
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's the lesbian flag color scheme.
Well, so
Which
why
is
was
really
Harper
funny.
wearing his purple cleats recently?
I was Harper
Was it
wearing
just
his
'cause?
cleats?
He had
I
purple
just-
cleats for like a week or two.
I mean, he just gets cleats out the ass and gets a lot of cool custom ones. So I just assume he just goes through like a rotation of them.
I mean, like I think right now, or at least yesterday, he had these like baby blue ones, but still, and that may just be the answer in the end. But they were still purple, maybe tad darker than what Bader's gear is
Yeah.
right now. But that, like, is there something about some type of
Ooh!
awareness?
Oh,
Karma's a bitch.
My God, Harrison Bader, and what I do believe is his first hit as a Philly is a 3-run bomb to
And
take
you're
the
telling
lead.
me that umpires do
Yeah,
not
umpires don't
impact
impact
baseball
games.
games.
Nope, they don't impact
They
it.
don't. They don't impact baseball
No,
games
not
in the
at all.
slightest. What a fucking
John,
hit!
you-
Welcome to
you kinda called
Philadelphia,
out
Harrison
For the fucking
Bader.
inning,
Woo!
and these
He was waiting on that.
Oh yeah, he sat that. He sat that. That is gorgeous. What a swing out of Harrison Bader. Goodness.
Orioles should have been batting, but whatever. That's fine.
Yep.
Just get
It's been Ty. I'm assuming you at this point have kind of figured this out, but it has been a hell of a game for the umpires on this one.
It was for the
it
guy
has
last
been-
night in the Tigers game with them too.
Well, the funny
This
thing
one
is that
worse. This one is
we were
worse.
talking about it earlier too, where Chris Segal is on the crew, but he's not even behind home plate. It's Jim Wolf.
Mm.
So, I forgot to.
Put the Phillies on the board.
Yeah, we got to put him on the board.
Yeah. He rolled
Yes,
over
man.
that. And he's safe because the umpires.
Oh, on
he is
an
safe.
error.
They might give him an infield hit because
that's a
scorekeeping soft.
No, that was a tough play.
That one was a hit. It was a tough play. I mean, that's a situation where it's not an error. It probably shouldn't be an error in the end, but that is a play that a
That's
typical first baseman you expect.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it's
wouldn't have
not-
been. It wouldn't. I didn't even think it was an error by the first baseman per se.
Right.
It
Scoops will never be called errors because they're in the dirt, and so technically they can be unpredictable.
Uh-huh.
But as a first baseman, you're supposed to catch those. So
All right, Otto Kemp is out for Bryson Stott. Take over first. It's ain't Crux even asking.
well, because in the broadcast booth, they're usually fairly harsh about what's hits and what's not.
Yeah,
But I think they're usually right.
I'm sure with Kruk, who, with the era of baseball he played, it all looks very different. So things like the situations like that are like, yeah, of course it's a fucking error.
I do hate though that they use analytics to justify whether something's an error or not. It's like just
No, that it should be
Like, I don't-
the context
I don't
of
give-
what is on the field.
right. Like I don't
That's
give a
it.
fuck if it's 102 and therefore it's a tough play. Just like is it a play that it
No.
seems the average player
No.
should make? Yes. Did he make it? No. It's an error.
No, you
The
can only
end.
use that for if you're making it more. It just makes it more impressive that someone makes a play. It shouldn't determine what
Right.
the outcome of a play is ever. That should never be the case. This is where baseball still is really trying to figure out where the tech ends.
I think
where the
John
analytics
Kruk is
ends.
drunk. I don't think he knows how to say Gunnar Henderson.
Wow. So
he kept
what did
struggling.
he get? 0.2 innings pitched out of that whole thing, or nope? We staying in.
Oh, he's
All right.
still in there.
It's still in.
Well, they had someone warming up even before the 2 outs. So
I think I'm the Phillies' good luck charm.
I think so too. Welcome, Tyler.
If-
You should have joined earlier.
Are
I
you
don't
the
know why
Phillies'
didn't.
good luck charm or the Orioles' bad luck charm?
Good question.
Mm.
Let's see. No, I think the last time I went to an Orioles game, they won,
So does that mean
think.
they have to lose this
and it was
one,
against
or
the Phillies. So
were
it's
you
a
at
risk.
one of those games in Baltimore last year where like they beat the crap out of Wheeler?
Yeah, it was that game. That's the game I was at.
All right, well, I guess you have to alternate.
Can we go back in time?
Although in person, I'm the Phillies'
To
bad
what
luck
the
charm.
first?
So if
I've
the
said-
Phillies lose this game now, I'm going to come to your house and beat the living shit out
No,
of you.
in person, I'm like we're
Oh,
right
I
here. We're
get it.
fine. Remember, when I go to the games, there's always a position
There's a
player that
problem.
ends up pitching.
Right.
So
Well, I'm still going to keep what I said. So
you just want a reason just to beat the brakes off of me.
Oh, and the Mets
Oh,
are
I
down
just wanna win.
5-0.
what
So-
a bunch of fucking losers. My short's going to look great.
Oh. Well said.
Well said. But no comment.
Well said. I haven't watched that movie in forever. I just realized
I've
that.
never actually seen it.
Really?
I've never
I'm
seen
shocked.
Castaway.
That's
Bobby, that was right down the pipe.
That was the same pitch that Harper.
No,
struck
I'm not
out on.
talking about the pitch. I'm talking to Will. The fact that he's never seen Castaway.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen it either.
Movie night.
Of course, as soon as I get to the stream, that's when the game starts to slow down. Oh
Yeah.
my
Ooh.
god!
I mean,
Guys
didn't
playing
you join
cricket.
and then a 3-run nuke happened?
Yeah.
So what the fuck do you mean slow down? I mean, there's still action. It's great.
No, I meant like the speed of the game is what I meant, not the
Yeah, because you have to catch
excitement.
up for the 6 innings you missed.
You got to work for your paycheck that isn't coming in the mail.
Mm.
That isn't coming in the mail.
There it is.
This
Go,
inning
go,
just
baby.
will
Send 'em.
never
Send 'em.
end. This inning is not gonna end.
This is all 4 runs are because the umpires fucked up in New York.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's incredible. Maybe this should be your short, Bobby. This is about how umpires,
Oh, I already have it.
umpires
I have it
impact
marked.
ball games. Ding,
I have it
ding, ding,
marked.
ding, ding. Fuck.
Yeah, but that's not even like you can have the argument. Was it a like a base thing?
There
Like,
were
was-
2 outs. JT should have been the 3rd out. It was ruled safe, and then call stands. But on the replay, we all 3 were very clear that he was out.
Okay.
And since then, it's been single, home run, single, single, single.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's not, you
Oh,
can't even
and
cater
all
for
the
the
announcers were also
And Ty,
saying
if you-
out.
Right.
If you care. Ty, if you care, you can go on our YouTube stream and go back a little bit if you want to see what it looked like. Or
Yeah, you want to be one of our viewers?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this isn't a situation of
Listen,
like there
it
was
solves
one
2
out.
birds with 1 stone.
I'm gonna mute.
Mhm.
Somebody's vacuuming upstairs.
I don't hear him.
I don't hear him either, actually.
But anyway, it's literally like it's not like there was 1 out, then it happened and whatnot. It literally would have ended the inning, and the
Yep.
starter would have gone 6 innings.
Yep.
Ooh, he doesn't call
Yep.
that a strike. He's been calling that a strike all night.
This
Dumb
scorecard is going to be
fuck.
very fun. I'm very excited. I
Yeah.
have to know, for science, of course, I need to know how many
For
umpires
science.
look at umpire scorecard. I have to know. There's got to be at least a few.
I bet you 0. I bet you
No,
they
it
all
has to be-
complain
They
Oh
about
called that a
my-
ball. John's ready to jump through his computer and like just get in a fight.
Oh my god, that is painful.
That was a dot.
I would have been thrown out. I would have been thrown out of this game.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, the
take.
reason
Now we're full.
I always want to have a seat directly behind
Do
home
this to
plate
me.
sometime,
Hey,
but I
are they
know
gonna
if I
this
do, I'm
again?
getting ejected.
Yeah. That's why I don't think I could ever be a little league coach. I don't know.
That's why I'm glad at like the Blue Rocks games when we go, there's no TV there because then I don't yell at them.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, that
I
was
mean,
an
and
opener.
it should be over
Loaded.
multiple times.
And look who's wait.
Bring in the left-hander. I dare you. Bring in the left-hander to face Schwarber. Oh, it's a right-hander.
Wow. Well then. Bases are loaded for Kyle Schwarber. I thought they were warming up a lefty too.
Bobby, I'm about to go off on your sister.
I like. By the way, I love how Haley's in our server and chooses to use the group DM. Like she's in the BLB server. I have no idea what she's doing.
And she put the like first photo, right, or whatever, in the BLB one.
Yeah. Yep. And the clip that she wanted me to show. Why I am struggling to find Geraldo's name. There it is.
I wonder if, well, I guess not, because it's not. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Regardless, I was gonna say, I wonder if scorecards factors in like plays that are not just like balls and strikes for like the amount of runs for and against for a team. Probably not.
I don't think they do. There's how much data could there even be on that because of it being able to be challenged?
Well, it's
because
like
then like
I guess
like
in
if
a
you
way,
call safe and you know it gets overturned or it stands, like what do you do? How do you quantify that?
Yeah. And like in a weird way, I feel like, all right, so like a runner being safe or out is kind of a fact. In a way, like the strike zone is kind of arbitrary because it could be different for different people and stuff. So I guess like that's why they can't really dispute fact, even though we think it's wrong. So it probably doesn't factor into it.
Yeah, the fact is literally, did the runner make contact with the bag before the ball reached the baseman? It is an Excel 1 or 0. Like I like when people react to emojis with emojis. That's just my favorite way of communication.
What? It's chocolate pudding.
2025. Yeah, I do like some chocolate pudding.
See ya. Oh, he didn't swing.
No, he's going to be scared to death to pitch anywhere close to him. So he's just going to be smart.
Well, look
about
at that
this.
ERA. He's a stud. No walks as well.
Oh,
He did it!
Oh my god, man! Goodness gracious!
this
Eight
is
fucking
Oh
runs.
my
That
god!
should not have happened.
Dombrowski needs to get on the field right now and just hand him the fucking contract.
They should give
man.
me a lifetime contract and make me watch every game.
God damn! Holy shit! What was that hit at? Hold on, I missed the run for that. 100 off the bat, 390. Okay.
I think
Goodness
this is about
gracious!
to be a 3-person podcast again.
You can see the smoke is just building up in his headphones right now. Otherwise, you would see it just steaming out of his ears.
All right, I'm gonna take it away from the home run, but still
I'm not
keep it on
even
Schwarber.
mad. Not even mad about the home run. Not even
you're
mad
mad at
about
the
the.
umps.
I'm not even mad about the score. I'm mad at the umpires who gave you 2 extra outs.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
No, and I get that. So I'd be pissed in your
I mean,
shoes,
it's
too.
a fair criticism. JT was out at first. I don't know how.
All right, so
And he
here's
got
my-
dotted on the corner, Bobby.
You did? Or Trade did after. Anyway, so keeping it on Schwarber. That's now 40 home runs. I believe he's at 94 RBIs. So he leads the National League in home runs and RBIs. I still think Pete Crow Armstrong is probably the favorite to win, or is one of the favorites to win MVP. But do you think Schwarber potentially is now better or past Ohtani? I know Ohtani's thing is still he pitches some, which he's only done what 7 games so far, and
there's
he's on the Dodgers.
You sure he wasn't safe? You sure about that, Blue?
I think you should challenge it. But it's just the fact that Schwarber's having a career year. He's been around for a bit, and I mean,
I think by the end of the year he'll overtake PCA just based on.
Do you think Schwarber will finish higher or Ohtani will finish higher than PCA?
Well, I think they'll both finish higher than him, but I'm saying I think that Schwarber will be above PCA just because I think he's going to continue to mash in the ball, and I don't know, like part of me, I don't know why this is the case. Part of me still doesn't truly think that PCA can keep this up. Maybe he can. He does seem like a phenomenal player, but like I've seen Schwarber do this before, and I guess that's why I'm like pretty confident that he can continue.
Do you think there's a chance Schwarber then will beat Shohei for MVP? Because I mean, Shohei is Shohei. As far as I can tell, he's still the front runner. Pete Alonso's dropped off where he's a bit more like typical Pete Alonso now. So I don't want to say he's out of it, but I think he's out of it. I think Pete Crow Armstrong's the runner-up that I've seen the latest things to. Shohei, the big main thing would be though, is that Schwarber is a DH, and he's not going to get it for his speed. He's not going to get it for his he's not going to get it for defense. And Shohei Ohtani, of course, has both defense and he can pitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to take a career year from somebody to probably dethrone him just because of those variables that, you know, he's so valuable in other components outside of hitting. But at the same time, or not at the same time, I guess I think Schwarber, what he's doing this year would be the thing that you'd need to do to give yourself a chance to win over Ohtani. I don't know, man. I just don't see anybody stopping Schwarber at this point. Like, if he stays healthy, he's gonna. You said he's at what now? 40? 40. How many home runs, Will?
He's at 40 home runs.
Yeah, 40 home runs. Like, he's gonna
40 home
hit
runs, 94 RBIs. Going into this game in the broadcast, they said Schwarber was on pace for 55 home runs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he probably hits 50 this year. Like, it's hard to argue, even against Shohei, but.
I mean, the main
I will
thing
say, I mean, if he has any chance of winning, he has to obviously beat him in home runs. So, I mean,
yeah, the question now is, among Phillies fans, is whether or not Schwarber will tie or beat Howard's home run total, which is 58 for the best in team history.
Yeah.
John is going completely silent.
Trying to calm down.
Yeah.
Because if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
You're in
I mean,
the
you can say
podcasting
it.
business. You're supposed to do the complete opposite of that.
Apart,
Nope.
go ahead.
Nope.
Your mama raised you well, but on this podcast, we break mama's rules.
Nope. It's not mama that's stopping me. So, nope. The sooner this game's over with, the better. Let's put it that way.
Like I said,
it was his idea, just for the record.
That is for the record.
I want everyone at home to know that this was John's idea.
I thought it would be fun, or it would be over
fun.
quick.
It's still on pace to be over quick.
It's also still on pace to be really fun. I'm very excited.
Okay, you guys can both fuck off. Yeah.
I mean, as a majority, it is still fun.
I mean, who
I didn't say
doesn't love a game
everyone was
with
having a
multiple
good
home
time.
runs? Yeah,
The
but
fact
like
that we were having our teams pinned against each other, no one was good. We're not going to have everyone happy. So
yeah, Tyler here is neutral in the whole thing.
he's having a good time.
I'm having a
great
good time because I'm not watching the Pirates. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
playing
Stay
golf.
neutral.
automatically I'm happy.
That's a strikeout.
Now,
I don't know what this ump. I'm questioning.
I will say,
that is a
still this inning +2, and the score difference is now enough where an ejection by a manager isn't the worst thing in the world. So we'll see.
I think
We'll see if
someone
that
in the
happens.
Orioles might, if there's a really bad call, just sheerly out of frustration.
Yes, correct.
My guess would be like Gunner.
Probably.
Yeah.
See, this is where
Honestly,
you need
I'd
like,
lead too
the
because you've
baseball
seen both
version
ends
of
of
like.
it.
This is where you need like the baseball version of like a goon player to come out and they just take like one.
When they go
swing
after
and
the
start-
umps.
Yeah.
Who was the dude that almost knocked out Jose Bautista that one time? Where's he at?
Oh, Tim Anderson was it?
Yeah.
No.
Rodon Odor.
It wasn't. It was
yeah.
It was Roughneck
Oh, Odor.
Odor.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Tim
wanna talk
Anderson
about a
got
goon
rocked
type
by
player.
Jose Ramirez. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Just saw Anderson's home run in that Field of Dreams game. I had a couple
Orioles
days ago on my
legend,
timeline again.
Rougned Odor.
Yep. Good old Roughneck. I don't even think he's in baseball now.
Yeah, he's probably.
It's been a while.
I mean, he was really only like an everyday
Cup check.
player for the Rangers. Maybe with the Orioles, I don't really know. I thought it was more platoon. Maybe he got some more extensive stuff as the season went on. But
Yeah, he got more extensive stuff. We weren't competitive at all.
yeah,
That
Odor
era.
never was really an everyday. He's one of those players that he thrived from being under team control for the 6 seasons, and then once that was up, he was done for.
Nick should have it. The worst defender in the MLB.
Mayo. You know who would have hit that out?
Mustard!
But not Mayo.
But not May. That's
Can
a
you?
terrible
Yeah, I was
joke,
gonna
and I
say,
hate
can
you.
you guys have players that have last names of like ketchup, mustard, and relish? We can call them the Condiment Kings.
Oh my god, the condiment race in between
We
innings.
do have
is
the
almost
condiment
gonna be
race.
better.
It's ketchup,
Go ahead, put
mustard,
your players
relish,
on 'em.
and here comes mayo.
If he would actually, okay, your sister needs to stop. It's not fun
He hasn't
anymore.
said anything for the last like.
Yeah.
You're just
15
late to
minutes.
seeing the message.
We stopped 10 minutes ago.
Oh my god.
Oh, I almost bought these today, but I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, and there were a pack of 6 golf balls, and they each had emojis on them. I really wanted to buy it.
You know what I really want to buy? I want to buy one of those exploding golf ball things. The one that makes a really loud ass noise. Those things look like so much fun.
I'm the one you would like pull that joke on too. I'd hit one in the woods, and you'd be like, "Here, use this," and I wouldn't think twice.
Yeah. Nor that or Tyler, because I know he's jumpy, so he'll fucking do a
so
360.
You might
Yeah,
actually
but
give me a
Tyler
heart
will be
attack
so
by doing that.
frustrated in general by the time he hits it that it won't be fun. Whereas I'll hit it and I'll just be like, I hit it so hard, I'll be like, where'd it go?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, he's swinging a hot bat and he's taking hot baths. Let's go, baby. That's the type of guy to he'll treat himself when he gets home, have nice rose petals and some candles lit in the bath.
Let's say, isn't his
Rado
wife
stays in
pregnant?
up against JT Realmuto.
I think I've seen like, and from not even the same picture. I think I've seen
Yeah.
the ball spiked like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, there's just
Who's
no control
placing
in
bets?
in the Baltimore bullpen
Yeah.
today. The spirit of Emmanuel Clase.
It's that terrible Pirates culture. They brought in a pirate, and he kicked their best player off the team. That's what it is to be a pirate. It's toxicity. That is crazy though. Like, it shouldn't be this way, but the stardom of the player definitely impacts these kind of things. Because obviously, like when the whole thing with Otani came out, like if anything came out of that, that would have been like MLB shattering.
I tell you, yeah, no. If
Dude,
Otani came
it
out
was
as
so
gambling,
funny.
they would have figured out a way to either push it under the rug, or they would have found a way to not make the punishment as bad. Because having Shohei
Yeah.
Otani out for any extended period of time would have been bad for business.
And like Ortiz was one thing when but it's like, all right, whatever. Then Clase, now it's like, holy Clase, what the hell? And like
Well,
everybody forgets that Ortiz already got banned, or not banned, but he already got in trouble for it.
Well, Clase is a victim of this is like the fifth guy
Yeah.
that
And I guess the other thing too is they found like the pictures that Ortiz was fucking
Yeah.
up, and then immediately when they heard the news about Clase,
Oh my
everybody
fucking
went
God.
right for the baseball savant.
Oh yeah. Which that's the thing. You can't hide anymore. There is too much data that is available to the public
Yeah.
that it can make you pretty guilty pretty quick. Okay, guess that was a swing. Would love to have seen what the appeal.
Bobby,
decision
they're
was
just trying
there.
to get this game over with. It's 11-3.
I was
Shut the
thinking,
hell
Max
up.
Kepler, it probably happened.
Gracious. Goodness.
And this is
Trying
the
to see what
guy
the first
that
pitch was. That first pitch was not a strike.
is going to make a lot less money than he did this year. Next year, he's got to make every.
Oh yeah.
He's got to make it worth it.
He has to do something in
Shohei
the
Otani's
postseason if he
already
doesn't
got
even get
102
DFA'd
runs
beforehand.
scored. We have 2 months left in the season. Shohei Otani has 102
I-
runs scored.
I'm not complaining, but it's been kind of refreshing not to hear anything about the Dodgers for a while. Like they didn't do
Yeah,
anything
no.
at the deadline.
Here, I'll talk about the Dodgers. They are still really hurt.
I was
They
gonna.
just-
Well, actually, the thing is, they're getting less hurt because Snell got off the IL, and right now they're planning. They're planning to go to a 6-man rotation for a while. So,
Also,
Just
let me
started
tell you
looking.
why
Just
you haven't
'cause
heard
of
anything about the
Ohtani.
Dodgers, Ty. It's because it's not October.
No, I know it.
And
It's just nice that they didn't really do anything at the deadline. They're not setting the world on fire.
they didn't need
They're
to
just
do
kinda
anything at
being
the
a team.
deadline. And they're a video game team.
Still, my point stands. It's still nice not to hear about them.
I
One
guess
last
you don't
one.
want
Is
MLB to
Ohtani-
work often.
LeBron is still playing. Is Otani the new sports darling?
yes.
Where
Yeah.
they will interrupt bigger stories just to talk about what shampoo he's using. Like,
yes.
ooh,
But
Not
fly
quite.
ball.
Oh, speaking of the Dodgers and hurt, Tommy Edmonds on the IL.
the 15.
Since it doesn't say immediately 60, I'm going to say 15. Yeah, 10 day because he's a position player.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
ankle
sorry,
sprain.
10-day. What the hell?
But they reinstated Max Muncy, so
Yeah, well,
no,
we were pretty good on the show.
Yeah, so Tyler, I was telling them earlier that I did kind of a mock, like if it was the postseason now, how I thought things would play out over the weekend.
Yeah.
And my current World Series matchup was Cubs versus Tigers.
I can't see the Cubs being there.
Well, so specifically the way it broke down in my head was I was trying to keep true with what I say about the teams that are top 3 in their league and runs scored. And the way I broke it down was for the National League, the Brewers and the Dodgers were getting buys. Phillies were going to play the Padres. Mets were going to play the Cubs, but the Cubs were the home team. And I was thinking, all right, would have Phillies beating Padres at home and the Cubs beating the Mets at home. So then it would be Phillies versus Dodgers, Cubs versus Brewers. I had Phillies over Dodgers because I don't trust the Dodgers this year with their injuries and stuff. And I was thinking the Cubs over the Brewers because even though the Brewers are doing really well, I don't know how I think they're going to respond with the time off. And also, they just historically have not been a good
postseason team.
They've not been a good postseason team, right? And then that left Cubs and Phillies in the championship series. And if I wanted to stay true with the trend, the Cubs are in the top 3 of the National League in runs scored, and the Phillies are not.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then in the American League, I did all that same matchup stuff, and I came out with the Tigers as the team. So
I mean, the Cubs could prove me wrong. I just feel like they didn't do enough at the deadline, and they're not the team. They're
I
not
agree
playing
with
as well
that.
as they were early in the season that I
Mhm.
don't have as much faith in them.
I agree with that. I mean, I even kind of feel that way with the Tigers. The Tigers offense, like last series, they were still doing good. Their bullpen was terrible.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just like, oh, they missed things here and there. They were awful. And there were times when Hinch did his good old like, we're going to the bullpen now, even though we could leave the pitcher in, and the bullpen imploded. So like even the game the Phillies lost, it was 7-5. Like it got close after the eighth. Um I still think in the end, regardless of what happens, the World Series winner will come from the National League again, but crazier things have happened. And we still have 2 months to see what's going to happen with momentum.
Yeah. I don't know. I until the Dodgers prove me otherwise, I feel like they're still gonna win it.
They're just too banged up for me this year. It feels like for them to be like up there. Like they're only a few games up over the Padres.
Yeah,
It's
but
not unrealistic.
when October comes, they're gonna get healthy. It seems like
They're
that's
going to have
happened.
guys back, but I don't trust that they're going to be healthy enough. I mean, their
Yeah.
bullpen, I don't think is going to be good regardless of where they are in the postseason. Um, the Dodgers offense has been it's had strong spurts, but I feel like they've been about 500 the same length the Phillies and the Mets have been 500, maybe a couple games better, but still in that vicinity. And so it's just like Mookie Betts isn't having as good of a season. Um, I mean, injuries have been all over the place with everyone. So yeah, they could very well be at full force. And if by the September and we're making predictions, they seem to have everyone back and in a groove, I may be flipping the script of what I'm saying now, but I know they won last year, but I also am very aware of how they've done the other couple years in the postseason. And I mean, just given some of the matchups that could be, I don't think it may work out for them as well.
Yeah.
You could argue last year they almost got lucky because I mean they were a game away from getting beat by the Padres, and then the Padres offense went ice cold.
I don't know. To me, my whole idea of it is that these, and I know it's early with them, but I'm gonna use this term kind of lightly, like
That's fine.
dynasties within sports, or not dynasties, but whatever, like a step below dynasties are. So like the Chiefs in the NFL, the Dodgers, MLB,
It's a
like
little early to call the Dodgers a
no,
dynasty right now.
I know.
That's
That's
why
what
he
I
said a step
just
down.
preface. But regardless, those teams, there's always, it doesn't matter what up against them. Like you said, the Dodgers were 1 game away. They just like find a way. And I say dynasties because like a lot of the times people hate on those teams, us included, and they just find a way because the evil always finds a way to win. And that's
I
what
mean,
the Dodgers.
it's yes and no. I mean, in about what like the 4 or 5 year stretch prior to um 2019, they made the World Series like 3 out of 4 years or something, or 3 out of 5 years. They just didn't win any of those. They won in 2020 on the shortened season. Then the next 3 years, they made the playoffs and always had early exits. And then 2024, they made it all the way. So, but granted, in 22, the formula changed for the
Yeah, to
postseason.
try and swing for a home run.
Why not? You're losing by a lot. Um, might as well try to hit it out of the stadium. Be a heck of a story.
There's a couple
Yeah.
more games left in Philadelphia, John.
All right.
Now, you really want to swing at a home run on that pitch. Goodness. He basically asked for it.
That was right down the chute.
Yeah.
He had 89 miles an hour.
It was a.
It's all right. Get him tomorrow.
My guess is he hesitated for half a second when he saw the spin,
Yeah.
and that's why he was late.
He was frustrated. He knew it was a good pitch.
Yeah, he
for
looked
him,
like
too.
he knew he missed one, and so from the
Yeah.
replay being that he was late, he must have just buckled so slightly.
This ump has such a long pause before doing the strike.
I know, and it's been the bane of our existence on top of his already major
Well,
issues.
it's
with
almost
his strike
like
zone.
it's almost like he's contemplating it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a swinging strike, and he's waiting till the ball's back to Banks before he even, or Johnson, sorry, before he even makes the
Back to Banks. Holy shit, he went back in time.
He went back in time.
Trying to go back in time.
Switch-handedness.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's
Question is, are we
throwing
going back in time
fucking
to the
holy
beginning of
cupcakes.
this game, or to like last season when the team was better? Like, how far are you going back, John? Or are you going back to 83?
I'll go back to 66. At least I have something to look forward to.
The world was a bit different in '66, in case you weren't aware of
Yeah,
that.
you weren't
Jonathan.
even a thought.
The world
I don't
was a
even-
bit different in 83 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like really different in the '60s. It was like
I can name a lot of
Drastically
reasons why I want to
different.
get
The
out of
good thing is, at least
2025. I'm
John-
just saying.
At least John didn't
Oh, I
preface
agree.
his statement by saying this good old days in the 60s.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were good old days. They were for the Orioles, but
Right, that's what I said. That's a good thing you didn't preface by saying
honey, I'm home. Where's my martini?
that's the 50s.
nowadays.
If you
John
don't
goes,
think that
"Where's
still
my
wasn't
whiskey?"
happening.
Actually, where's
That's
my bourbon?
2030. Lucy.
Oh wait, sorry.
you got
Oh
some
wait, sorry.
experience?
Sorry, the '60s. Go on, Johnny, grab your gun, grab your gun. My fault.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, the red, white, and blue. In this game, I am not a fortunate son. Let's put it that way.
You're not, instead of saying unfortunate son, you're saying poor unfortunate soul.
Poor unfortunate soul. Uh, it figures. And by the way, Ty, in case you missed it, the Orioles also lost Grayson Rodriguez for the remainder of the season. Not shocking, but still sad.
That does suck.
Well, did you see any of the stuff leading up, Tyler, about
Ooh,
there being a
I gotta watch
potential
that.
surgery?
Say
Oh,
it again.
there will be surgery.
Oh, gotcha.
There was already talks in the past like few days to a week or something where I forget the name of the surgery, but it's not Tommy John. It involves shaving down some bone in his elbow.
Ooh.
He's supposed to be ready for opening day next year.
Elbow debridement.
That
I don't know how to pronounce that, but it
you
sounds
did good enough.
painful.
You did good, Sporto. You did good.
Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Glad you could make it, sport.
Because it's not debridgement, it's debridement. It's literally spelled debridement.
On today was
Enjoy
spelling
a
with
nice
John, we have
Ooh.
And it's
A
not like
nice
it's fancy, like
victory whiskey
elbow
after this.
debridimente. It's debridement. I
Okay.
guarantee
Next
you
year when we talk about the
mispronounce this.
Orioles and I say he's injury prone, you can't yell at me.
Oh, I can still yell at you.
How
Oh,
can
yeah.
I do this? Let me yell at you, bitch.
I'm still just gonna yell at you.
Yeah,
He's just gonna, but John's instead of like making sense, he's just gonna go like meow
Ow, that had to hurt.
right off the end.
Feel my anger. Unjustified or not.
What type of a throw was that
I
from?
think tonight's justified.
By the way,
Oh, it's debridement. I'm an idiot. Okay, sorry. It's debridement, not debridement.
The bride
It's
went
just
what?
spelled debridement, but okay. I didn't
It's
get the notice.
debridement.
It's also spelled debridement.
I mean, you say ambulance.
Potato.
Yeah, when you
potato.
said that yesterday, I thought you were kidding. Like
I was.
Oh, you were okay.
Yeah, that's a Baltimore East thing. Is
Yeah,
of
he says it all the time now to the point
instead
where
of
basically his
ambulance.
vocabulary.
Is it not Balmorese?
It is Baltimorese.
No, it's Balmorese, I thought.
It is that too. What?
Baltimore.
Yeah, the ambulance.
Ambulance, wash your hands in the zinc. Oh, sorry, you wash your hands in the zinc.
Yes, I wash my hands in the zinc. I dry my clothes on the roof.
Down. That clothes one was a stretch. I've heard roof before.
Trying to think what else.
Perfect.
We go and watch the O's down the ocean, hon.
That just sounds like Philly now.
No.
Italian.
We say the ocean, not the shore.
We say we were gonna go to the water.
Down the shore.
No, he sounds like a fucking Italian Philadelphian now.
No.
Give me the sprinkles.
Trust me.
Sprinkles.
It's called a melting pot, Tyler.
It's almost like they're 40 miles apart. Wow.
Almost.
Shocker.
I was gonna say not quite that, but I get what you're spitting.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Speaking of cities that are 40
I'm feeling
miles
you,
apart,
brother.
Tyler and Bobby, I'm sure, Will, you ignored this, but did you guys see what Stephen A. Smith said?
No.
That the Ravens and Commanders should share a stadium.
Oh, wow.
Like,
yeah, that's weird.
That they're two different cities. It's not like they're both New York, for example. Okay.
Well, kill that.
He knew it. He knew it. He knew it. He knew it.
Future Pittsburgh Pirate Edmundo Sosa.
What
My goodness gracious.
I don't know.
I know you brought this up
429,
yesterday.
107 off the bat. Edmundo Sosa, where has this been, sir?
Oh, he's done this every once in a while.
I know, but
I mean, you're gonna walk any farther?
Consistently.
Well, I try to put things into, speak things into existence,
I guess if that's the case, why are you picking on Edmundo out of all the people?
Hey, Ty, that requires your team to spend money.
Yeah, I mean, Ty, Kyle
if you
Schwarber's
do
about to be a
spend
free
the money,
agent. Why
you're
not
gonna
target
trade
him?
Well, per Bob Nutting, he actually came out with
sources.
It was either him or Sherrington, one of the two bozos, but they came out and said that there's other ways to improve a baseball team, or excuse me.
You were not the Athletics.
There's another way. There's other ways to improve.
Oh, that's gone.
Oh yeah,
the baseball team than spending money on players. So I was like, okay,
on that one. Yes,
yeah.
on
you
coaches.
Could gamble.
That
you
went
pay
well.
Off the umps.
Coaches for guys that can't develop players ever. This game is something else.
This might be. I think I don't want to call it so early, but this game might be over.
Could be.
Not sure. Though.
Hey guys, the horse is dead. You don't need to keep beating it.
I need Trey Turner to get a home run, then I'll stop beating it.
Okay.
You said, "Hey guys, we should do a watch party." If you put yourself into the lion's den, you shouldn't be surprised that the lion eats you, right?
See,
we also needed content for the week, and this just happened to be the content.
I know how Daniel and the Lions Den ended, but this is the realistic version. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's only the second out. Ah!
Ooh,
and guess who's up again? And guess who's up again?
Wait, are they gonna?
Are they pinching?
Is he batting, or are they gonna pinch hit?
Nope. No, of course not. Of course not. Give the fans what they want.
Go get number 41, buddy. Go get it.
Not like he's a fucking fielder. Let him out.
I swear to God, if your pitcher hits him,
I was just thinking.
I swear.
I was just thinking he's gonna get hit
on purpose.
Oh. All right. Well, that's good too. Go for two. Make it fun.
Only a single.
What would be more impressive? Schwarber hitting 55 or wherever you said he's on pace for, or him stealing third base, like actually, like
I mean, he's
not
I'd
like they
still
gave
say
him the bag for
55.
free.
I mean,
Yeah.
Listen,
right
he'll
now
probably
Schwarber has 10 stolen bases this season.
he
which
will
is not
probably
bad
win the
for someone
batting
like him.
title. I think
Say
he
that
He's
has
actually
again.
not even as bad of a runner as I give him shit for. He's really even that. He's not even that bad.
Yeah,
Say
for
that again,
a
John.
big guy with a big ass. He definitely has the batting title locked up.
All
One of
right,
the
say that again.
Okay.
the batting title.
What is the batting title, John?
Christ. Stop being a dick.
Batting
the
at
dude's batting 250, and you
Yeah.
said he's a shoo-in to win the batting title?
It's one of
Think.
a former player, MLB player that I watch YouTube channel of, Matt Antonelli.
Yeah,
Bobby, I feel like maybe you would have watched him because we have the same YouTube.
I do watch him. Yes, I don't watch him as religiously, but I do
No,
watch
yeah, I
him
don't
also.
either. But
Is it time?
they're not bringing him in.
Might as well just keep it up.
He had a quote. I forget exactly what player he was talking
Could
about,
just
but
be
he
Seth
he was
Johnson
he
again.
was joking. He was like, "It's one thing to run with your with a piano on your back. It's another thing to play the piano after you get it off your back." That's how slow said player was, and that's what it feels like Schwarber is. But maybe he I don't know. He's probably faster than I
He's
give him
not
credit.
that slow. He's an average base runner, maybe a
Ryan
little bit below
Howard.
average base runner. Yeah, I was
Woo.
gonna say. I mean, compared to guys like Ryan Howard.
That's a guy who had a piano on his back.
And the funny thing is that like Ryan Howard played in the era of non-DH. Otherwise, he would have been one. Like he was
Yeah.
the first
Pat
baseman
Burrell
because
was
he
an
had to be.
interesting runner.
Pat Burrell.
Pat Burrell always seemed to like high step it. Like he just was really like.
I had problems with Pat Burrell back in the day. Tyler, he's he's one of those guys for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of those
I'm
guys.
gonna slap you across the pee-pee.
Pat Burrell, for some reason, was like one of my favorite.
I don't know
Phillies
why.
back
Well,
in the
Pat
day.
Burrell
I don't know
was
why.
my first like ever like favorite player.
My first ever favorite was
Did not
Tomei.
like him.
Now that
Bobby
lasted
Abreu.
until probably about 2007 or 8 when Chase Utley really started to
Yeah.
come into
Yeah.
form. But no, Pat Burrell was my first favorite player, and also when I was younger, we had season tickets. I got a foul. The first ball I ever got at a Phillies game was a foul ball hit by Pat Burrell.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it
extra
was
special.
Tomei for me, and then
That's
Utley,
understandable.
and then Kutch was such an amazing player to me. I decided to switch my allegiance, and boy, was that a bad decision.
I mean,
Yeah, you chose poorly.
I honestly don't know if I've ever really had a true like favorite baseball player since Utley. Like if people ask me like who's your favorite baseball player, I will still go back and say it's Chase Utley. Reese Hoskins I was for when he was up for like the first couple seasons. But I also could kind of tell that he was more like a Pat Burrell type of player and he wasn't perfect or whatever. But just I mean I like Bryce Harper a lot. There's a lot of guys I really like with this team, but it's just Chase Utley just was a different animal, not just in how well he performed, but the like when I say how well he performed as in stats, there was just the way he played the game hard. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
just his personality, and by personality I mean lack of personality, which was always hilarious. He was like Nick Castellanos before Nick Castellanos.
Dude, I don't know why I vividly remember this. It was after they won the World Series in '08. I think they had the parade like on Halloween or something. And we were watching it, and I was
this
obviously
2007.
wait, they won in
Oh, it's
08,
not
right?
2007.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
They
you're
won
talking-
in 08, but I was curious. All right, it's
No, I was gonna
81.
I was
I
gonna
thought the
say
answer might have been 2007
from-
when because Jimmy Rollins had led the National League that season in hits, but I wasn't sure if Howard led in home runs with 47.
I thought when you were when I was like, oh wait, I thought you meant 07 for me. But yeah, anyway, so
I wasn't listening to what you were saying. Sorry.
so in 08, I think the Phillies had once they won the World Series, I think they had the parade like on Halloween.
Yes, in 08.
And I remember like watching it on the TV, and this was just before we were going trick or treating, and that's when Chase Utley dropped that F-bomb.
I was
remember
at the
that.
World
stadium.
champions. Well,
I was
fucking
at the
champions.
stadium, because we had season tickets. We watched the parade from inside the stadium, drinking hot chocolate all day because it was so fucking
Cold as shit.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the F-bomb.
And I don't know
I mean,
why,
what-
I don't know why I just like that's one of those things that I have a weird memory of where I can like
Yeah.
picture it and I see exactly what
Well-
it looked like.
Mhm.
I remember watching it on 6 ABC because I didn't
That's
go.
what-
I went and watched it, and
Yep.
then I heard the guy go, "We apologize."
Well, so under the same vein, but not the World Series, I remember when David Ortiz gave that speech after the Boston Marathon bombing,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
dropped his F-bomb at the end that this is our fucking city. Like, I remember that really clearly, watching that on MLB Network and that happening.
Now that shit happens all the time. People don't.
Ain't it
Crux
sad?
says, John Crux says it like another Tuesday, and he goes, "I can't say that word again, or I'll get in trouble."
I love whenever he's so confused about something. He's like, "Am I allowed to say that?"
I like that, but there are times, or at least it's been better this season, but in the past where he had sometimes laid it on a little heavy.
I don't think he actually knows. That's the thing. I think
I know, but even then, there's still ways about playing it up a little heavy that still can be much.
Yeah, I don't. He's one of those guys where I feel like he's a heart on a sleeve guy, where he's as authentic as it is. Why else would he say some of the things that he fucking says?
What the
I
fuck's
know
going
that.
on?
The savior. People are cheering and looking over at something near. Is it a wave or something?
Someone just getting a fight?
Don't know. What are we? What could we possibly be?
That's
Oh,
a
it's a wave.
wave.
I knew
There
it.
you go.
I called that shit.
They're bored.
Well,
Did the Phillies play the Pirates at all the remainder of the season?
No, we
hard
played
to
them
play.
the two times we need to. The funny thing is, the Pirates won the season series. I'm pretty sure 4-2.
Actually, hey, Ty.
Ah, you
Ty.
swept us the first time. We swept you the second time.
Oh, we split it. I thought we
Yeah.
took 2 out of 3. Okay, never mind. We just.
I think we have our next watch party.
Oh,
That we
Mark
could
Sean
do.
seeing stars.
I'm not doing
God
a Pirates Orioles.
damn.
I'll kill myself.
Come on, man. Come
Sorry,
We
on,
need to
sorry,
do it on a
YouTube.
Paul
It's a
I'll
tank
unalive
bowl.
myself.
buddy.
On
Come
Paul
on,
Steen's Day.
No.
please.
no, because then he's gonna get mad. He's gonna get mad at the run support.
They're
No,
both gonna get mad. It's
I'm
gonna
not
be
kidding.
comedy.
I'm not even trying to do this for comedy. This is
Ooh, the Mets have made it.
there
interesting.
is actually no reason for my entertainment. Like I only have so many minutes on this earth. I'm not wasting 2 hours on that shit. I'm sorry. It ain't happening.
I mean, what? So Ty, I meant to say this to you the other day, and maybe I did. I can't remember. So there was a guy in the Phillies subreddit who is who's claiming that he is defecting from the Pirates and jumping on board the Phillies bandwagon here because of the way the Pirates have been. And I wondered for a minute if that was you on an alt account
I
on
wish I-
Reddit.
Yeah.
But
well,
ooh,
here's
nice
so-
pitch.
and I've said this for basically all my teams. You can never call me a bandwagon because I have. If I've switched my allegiance, it's been to just terrible teams.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean Michigan.
like-
I mean Michigan.
yeah, but if somebody went like Pirates, or sorry, if somebody went Phillies to Pirates for whatever reason, that's understandable. But like, I guess it's in state. But
Yeah.
still, you're gonna pick you bandwagon to like the best team.
But it's not in state.
Pittsburgh's not in the same state as Philadelphia.
No, you're not in the same state as.
I'm not talking
Pennsylvania.
about me.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you.
No. The guy that has fandom all around the fucking United States, yeah, definitely not talking about myself.
Yeah, Tyler, don't you know jump around from state to state?
Jump around.
Jump around.
Why did I just look at a score bug for the Mets game and it said Steve
What
Ball
the
was in
fuck?
bullpen?
What the fuck are you swinging at? He wanted to leave. God damn. Well,
And
you're
that
welcome.
will be the
Well, I'm
game.
continuing to watch the Orioles because Cedric Mullins is batting in the Mets game, which is now tied 5-5 in the bottom of the 8th.
Oh my goodness.
Phillies
And out of
fans,
everything,
back me.
Luzardo.
I gave your team 10 runs, and
oh, what a play! Oh, what a play!
Well, that is a win. If I ever saw one, goodness gracious.
That was a spanking.
Yeah, the umps
was-
spotted you a few, but
I was
I
gonna
was
say
that
they
was
definitely
a spanking, and the umps turned a blind eye to it.
puts Luzardo on a 10-5 at the
Mhm.
moment on the year.
he's
And,
like twice as good as Paul
2-6.
Skeens, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
That
Christopher
four
Sanchez
point
is the
three,
real
that
Cy Young now.
4.32 does a lot of talking, but in regards, Kyle Schwarber hits 40 home runs, hits 2 on the night to reach that milestone, and the Phillies bats are starting to find their way a lot more. I just wish we wouldn't split as many series as we do. Is really my only gripe at
It
this point.
sucks that you're
time.
peaking in August and not October.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
shots
I
fired.
don't think we're peaking yet because our
At least I'm
pitching
seeing
hasn't, like I
October.
said, been quite on point since the All-Star break. I think the bullpen's done good since the All-Star break, but I think the starting pitching has been. I mean, Wheeler has some control issues right now. Luzardo's been inconsistent. Rangers had an outing or two.
Nola's MIA.
yeah.
Well, Nola will, whatever. He'll come back when he comes back. So, but if the starting pitching gets to where it needs to be before September, then I would have said yes. But right now, I think we're just at a good point offensively, and hopefully we can carry that through the season and into the postseason.
Yep. That'll certainly be the hope. Still top of the NL East, I think, by half a game. The Mets won today, right?
So it's a full
should
game
still-
right
No,
now.
Full game
Depending
now.
on what happens with the Mets game.
Oh, I
is
thought the Mets
whether-
already finished. Okay.
No, they're tied right now in the bottom of the eighth.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did say you were watching that.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God,
For
that
some
guy
reason, I
had-
thought you said that a while ago.
Sorry, that guy has a City Connect Phillies jersey but red. That looks weird.
Oh, you haven't seen
Oh, I've
those
seen that
online?
online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
always
wild.
been a thing.
that's pretty wild. Yeah, I didn't really look at those either. I didn't even think about it.
I love John Kruk just wearing the compression sleeves.
I
Dude's
looking
a
like you out
golfer.
there.
Gotta keep
Looking
that
like
circulation
you
going,
golfing,
buddy.
Bob.
He's old enough where he's got to worry about blood clots everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just walking around with just a full bodysuit of he just wears a wetsuit everywhere.
Don't fart in a wetsuit.
When he has to go to the bathroom, it's a real treat. That's when Tom has to help him and unzip him.
Tom seems like a loving guy. He'd do it.
He would do it, especially for John. Especially
I'm
for
going to
Cook.
be on CBS once again for select NFL games this season once again. He's been doing that the past few years.
Dude, he's on like
Um,
everything in the offseason. He's
yeah,
on college
I don't know if,
basketball,
Right.
football, college football.
You know who I wonder? Jim Jackson, Flyers commentator,
Yeah.
would always hop on some of the radio broadcasts for the Phillies. I wonder if he's done so. I don't catch the radio broadcasts all that often.
No, he hasn't done radio since the Phillies downscaled because of COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Dude,
Greg
I-
Murphy does the post game stuff.
I
Yes.
really can't remember what it was now, but I watched like a clip of something, and it wasn't baseball; it was some other sport recently, and he was like in that clip commentating. I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck does he not commentate?
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn.
I mean, for a while before COVID, he would do the Phillies pre and post game, and he would relieve Fransky in like the fourth, fifth, and sixth.
yeah.
Yeah, but Tom is
All right.
actually. I mean, I have a bias here because he's a Phillies commentator, but I do think he's a really good commentator. He is also really good with football.
So here's my
commentary.
thing about McCarthy. I mean, I think he's fine as the Phillies. I like him in general for the Phillies, but I think he is someone in the baseball sphere that weighs very heavily on who he's with. Which I mean, for baseball, you kind of have to, considering all the downtime. Like, there's times when he's with Kruk, he's great, fine, no issues. He's fine with Ben Davis. To me, with Amaro, it kind of seems like it struggles, but it's a combination of Amaro talks a lot and the way they balance stuff. Like, Tom by himself, I don't think could do it, but I say that, but in saying that, with other sports that I've seen him do, I think he does really well. Like, I think he does basketball his best. He does a really
Yeah.
good job at just the constant
Yeah,
like
I think he hits
action
March
and-
Madness games.
Right. So
He also
yeah.
gets a lot of shit just because he followed Harry Callis and
Mhm.
people
Well, yeah,
are
I know you can't
Man,
replace
people
Harry
got to get
Callis.
over that, man. Harry K was great and is a legend
One
in
of a
Philly
kind.
sports, but he's one of the best to ever do it, and it's not even a debate. But it just, yeah, what anyone in that position was going to get
Yeah, that's
harped
what I'm
on.
saying.
And,
I mean,
and
the main
Tom's
thing
been
is I
around
would
long.
say-
Harry's been dead for what? Close to 15 years?
2009.
Yeah, so like we gotta get over ourselves a little bit.
No, I mean my
think
thing
if
with
people are
the
still
way I'd
holding that
also put
opinion.
it too is if you were like,
I miss him too.
Do I purposely try to listen to a Phillies game because it's Tom McCarthy? No, but there are times like I will personally listen or purposely try and listen to like the radio for the Phillies because I want to listen to Fransky or Anderson and Fransky.
Yeah, no, and
So
that,
that's
makes
kind of
sense to do.
that's kind of my split in how I do it. I don't like hear McCarthy and go, "Oh, it's McCarthy," like I do with Amaro.
No, no,
Me
and I
too.
think McCarthy like kind of
No,
going
I
on
think
your
he
point
does
of like
fine,
who he's
and
with.
I have no issues with it.
Yeah, I think he has a style, and you either are with it and you're not.
But compared
Amaro
to a
doesn't
lot
give him
of
much
teams,
to work with. Yeah,
but compared to a lot of teams, I think he does better than most.
like
It's
the
just
Mets
also one of the things
commentators
you
aren't
listen to
even
him all the
bad.
time. You listen to the same people all the time too. You tend to find the flaws more.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, there's always going to be the flaws, with a lot of the podcasts. But Ty, you want to? I know you just came in. You want to get us on out of here since I think
Sure.
we are done for this.
The host is back in his seat and probably
Yeah.
will be late again tomorrow I assuming
not,
we
no.
are.
We're not.
Oh, we're not.
No.
We're not doing what?
I've
This?
got to go
No.
through torture.
This was a one and done thing.
Sorry. I thought this was.
I'm going to
normal.
see
Okay.
Superman tomorrow. Is what I'm doing.
Oh, nice.
I have
All right.
to edit because I work for this podcast for free. Apparently,
So
So do I.
disregard me. I don't know what's happening here. I'm not
No, he
involved
doesn't.
at all. But I can plug our socials like we always do. BL _breakdowns on Twitter, Big League Breakdowns everywhere else. Make sure to check out our other videos. We did a big episode on the trade deadline, so make sure to check that out and our other content and look for more coming soon. But that is all for us here. We'll see you next time.
Wear your seatbelt.